don't forget to like this video if you like it. Click subscribe, click notifications for future contents, and don't forget to share it with a friend.
Shalom, shalom. Greetings, everyone. Blessings to you all. This is Mike Allen here from Digging in the Word with a brand new live stream for you guys tonight. This is our Masculinity Monday evening where we are engaging in topics that are near and dear to men. This is a man's cave. Although of late, we have had the pleasure of having sisters that have joined us in these discussions that are near and dear to men. A lot of the topics that we cover or we have been covering, it has been a breath of fresh air to be able to not only discuss topics that are near and dear to men, but to get the a female perspective, a lady's perspective, a woman's perspective on these topics, and it's helped to enhance the discussions. It's enabled us to be able to go deeper as we dig into the word concerning these topics. And so we have another tonight. We have a brand new topic tonight, and I have my sister and my brother in the background, and we are going to bring them on. Shalom, shalom. Greetings, blessings.
Hello.
What's
Hi.
happening, family? Good. How's it going?
It's nice to be together again. It's nice to see you, brothers.
Good to have you. Good to have you guys. Good to be here with you as well. So what's happening? What's going on today? Sister Deborah, how you doing? How's everything?
Everything's going well. It's carnival season in the Caribbean, so a
Oh,
lot
carnival.
of partying going on, And yeah, it's kind of like it's interesting how we like to party, and then they go into Lent because they're Catholics here.
Oh, right. So well, listen, you got to have a good reason to go in and fast and pray and and repent. Right. So I guess that's the idea of it, right? But it's the blending, effect of the Roman cultures and Greek cultures in with what we call scriptures, right? And which we call the faith, right? So
Yeah.
was the universal church, right? And so you're morphing in pagan ideals, and the Roman god Bacchus is the god of intoxication. He's the god that has the grapes, and he is the god of which the carnival season derives from. And so it's a week of intoxicating yourself to the point where you vomit, and then you go back and you drink some more, and a lot of reveling and a lot of sex going on. And that's the reason for the scantily scad dress attire, booty cheeks and everything, all of that. But it goes back to the Greco-Roman cultures. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, that's what's going on now, and then after it quiets down, everybody becomes like a
Yeah.
fasting period of whoa,
Fasting spirit, and and they're praising Jesus. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Praise white Jesus.
Yes.
How about you, Brother Jeremy? How are you?
Oh, blessed as always, man. Blessed as always. Before you came on, I was telling Brother Allen what a packed day I had off of 2 hours of sleep. It truly was the grace of Yah. He truly was His strength that got me through today with all the activities that were going on. But
Okay.
Beautiful day nonetheless.
Okay. Well,
How about
God,
yourself,
God
Brother
give you
Allen?
some extra strength for the next 2 hours or so.
Well, I feel wide awake now. I don't
Okay.
know how I'm gonna feel. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. In the next in the next hour, but I'm wide awake right now.
Mhm.
Wide awake.
How about you, Brother Michael? How was your week?
It's good. I mean, as I mentioned on air this past Shabbat 2 days ago that I just came off a vacation on Friday. And so, it's still getting back into the normal routines, but it's not a good weekend. I was a busy day at work, and to be expected. I had clients waiting on me like crazy. And so it was a busy, intense day from the time I got there to the time I left. And this morning was just taking care of personal family things and but you know, being prayerful, meditative, and so I gotta say, as Ice Cube would say, it was a good day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was a good day.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's it. So, all right. So we got a topic tonight. And ask Brother Jay if he'd be so kind to open us up with a word of prayer.
Sure, sure. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, so we forgive our debtors, and lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Father Yahweh, we thank you today for bringing us together. I thank you for bringing me amongst my brother and my sister tonight. Father, we beseech you and pray that you bless us with your spirit of truth and your holy ruach, that you may speak through us, Lord, not only to just those here who are coming onto live, but those who will watch the replay. I pray, Father, that they will have ears to hear the message tonight, and that they will be kind enough to like, share, and subscribe to Brother Allen's channel as well. And don't forget, don't keep the love all to themselves. I mean, not only share it, but you got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got TikTok. So I pray, Lord, that you will put it on their heart to get this message out. In Yeshua name, we thank you and praise you, Father, and we ask in His mighty name, Amen and Amen.
Amen, 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 amen. Good. I'm looking over at the toolbar. You guys didn't get the simulcast. Are you simulcasting?
Oh, I forgot the simulcast.
Yeah. So we can. I guess it's not too late, right? You can still do it.
No, I can do that right now. Let me just
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
You already have a copy of it, right?
She upgraded. She got superpowers.
You know what I mean?
The laptop is a whole new world.
I know, right?
know
That mic is
it.
glowing.
Oh, and I do want to make a quick announcement. If you guys have not gone to see Call for Wisdom's new video, man, you guys have to go see it. I'm just tapping stuff.
Yes,
Thank you. I'm trying to experiment with the live reviews, and there's so much to review.
No, it's just so natural, like in terms of like what you're doing, and it's like you're talking to someone, like you're talking to the content creator yourself.
Oh, it really feels like
that's the feel. That's the
Okay,
feel.
that's
Yeah,
good. That's good.
yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, I was laughing with you today. I was laughing with you today.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, definitely going over. Look, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Don't keep that love to yourself. And after you do that, share some more.
Right.
Share some more. Okay,
You
I
got
got
other
to
social
go in. So we're
medias.
live streaming on Call for Wisdom. Here we go now.
All right, good. Yeah. All right. Pull my banners up. So, folks, tonight we have a show for you guys tonight. It's an interesting title taken from a familiar passage, and we're gonna go to that passage. But tonight's topic here first, we want to welcome everybody once again to Masculinity Mondays with Mike Allen and friends. I have my family here on the panel. I want to welcome all of you who are viewing, you who will be viewing in the playback, and definitely you in the chat room today. And you being in the chat room, if you can hear us loud and clearly, there's no delay, there's no feedbacks, you're getting a good feed. Definitely chat a 1 or type of 1 in the comment section. I would definitely appreciate that. So tonight's topic is small foxes destroys the building of your home. Brothers, small foxes destroys the building of your home. Maybe you didn't hear me the first time or the second. My brothers, small foxes destroys the building of your homes. That's a nice topic. And we're going to get into it. We're going to dig into it. I anticipate that we're going to have fun with this topic tonight. I have a series of questions, right? As well as I have some videos, and I have also another list that will be used to supplement us, that we've had the privilege of our dear sister Call for Wisdom to bless us with, to enhance this discussion tonight. But that's some icing on the cake right there. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the scriptures. I'm going to start with the scriptures, and we're going to see where this title is sort of gleaned from or derived from, right? So here we go. Let's read the Song of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 15 is what we're going to pull up, right? Then after that, we're going to look at some cross references of it to better grasp what the text is saying, right? So we're going to try to get an understanding. We're going to read it in context so we can get a better appreciation for what this title is for tonight. Small Foxes Destroys the Building of Your Home. Okay, so here we go. Let me pull her up. All righty, there we go. I think I might have to enlarge it a little bit. All right. Sister D, you seeing it clearer now?
I can see it really good. I know. Now that I got a big screen, I'm cool.
Yeah. So, Brother Jay, you mind reading the text for us? Let's read verse 15. And then we're going to try to read some contextual, some connecting verses around it.
What's the book abbreviation? It says
It's the Song of Solomon.
Yeah, okay. and side note.
I'm sorry, I had it posted up there in the banner. All right, so it's the Song of Solomon, right?
Yeah.
2:15.
What were you saying, sister?
Written by a polygynist.
Yeah, written by a polygynist. Yeah, exactly. Let me say 1 second. Yeah, Song of Solomon. So we start off with verse 15.
Gotcha. So Song of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 15. Catch the foxes for us, the little foxes that are ruining the vineyards, while our vineyards are in blossom.
Okay. So let's try to brainstorm this a little bit. Let's try to discern from just the surface of it. All right, so the title is Small Foxes Destroy the Building of Your Home. This passage says, catch the foxes for us, the little foxes that are ruining the vineyards, while our vineyards are in blossoms. So our vineyards, I would say metaphorically, can stand for, in terms of discussion tonight, our homes, right? So our homes stand the chance of being ruined by little foxes. And so the warning before that warning phrase is catch the foxes for us, right? And so catch the foxes for us, the little foxes that are ruining the vineyards while our vineyards are in blossom. So this is a famous scripture, famous passage. And so what do we think is, what could we kind of like deduce or infer what foxes mean in this particular passage? What comes to mind?
Foxy babies, little things that like the little things that are, running around. They might look cute and all, but they are they're eating and nibbling while running wild in the fields, in your fields.
Right, they're running around in your field, right? So they're running wild in your
grapes, eating all the ripening sweetness of your fruits.
Right.
It's interesting that it's the woman asking this to the man, like,
She's asking
please
this to the man.
do
Right.
this for me, you know.
And then
Yeah.
we're gonna the context is gonna
Mhm.
really show, why is she saying this to him, right?
Mhm.
Um the Foxes, let me see, Blue Letter Bible Hub. Bible Hub has a good breakdown that I saw, and I don't know why I didn't set that up for today.
Really? The word foxes.
Foxes, yeah,
Mm.
foxes.
What do you think, Jeremy? What does it mean, Brother Jeremy?
Hmm. Foxes is an animal, so it's something or someone that is just wild. See,
Mm,
the little foxes that are ruining our vineyards or vineyards. That's usually where you have the grapes to make wine. That so it to me it's speaking to someone's prosperity, and
mhm,
they're going around and they are ruining it by either
Mm.
destroying or eating all of it. So they're
right,
Mhm.
taking away from it while they are in blossom.
right.
So they're stealing from somebody right now,
They steal it from somebody, or
or
they're
they're
doing some
destroying, yeah,
right.
or destroying the prosperity or something.
Mm-hmm. All right, good. Let's look at another screen. This is a topical on Fox's, right? Encyclopedia, right? And this isn't from Bible Hub, right? So this is going to help enhance and give us a better appreciation for what foxes mean throughout scripture. Okay.
Mhm.
So metaphorically, right? So the topical encyclopedia says that in the Bible, foxes are mentioned in various contexts, often symbolizing cunning, destruction, and desolation. These small
Mhm.
nocturnal animals are known for their sly nature and are frequently used metaphorically in scripture to convey deeper spiritual truths. Okay. Let's shoot on down to there's another one. There's a New Testament reference, right? Um, and here's the
Mhm.
symbolism and interpretation. In
Mhm.
biblical literature, foxes often symbolize cunning, deceit, and destruction. They are creatures that operate under the cover of darkness, much like the hidden sins or
Mhm.
subtle threats that can undermine spiritual and communal well-being. Okay. The metaphorical use of foxes in scripture serves as a warning to be vigilant against seemingly minor issues that can lead to greater harm. Right.
Mhm.
So, hence, the title is Small Foxes Destroys the Building of Your Home. They can
Mhm.
appear to be minor, trivial issues, right?
Mhm.
Insignificant, right? Uh, Issues, but they can lead to greater harm, hence the destruction of the building of your home.
Mhm. Mhm. For
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
All right. So foxes also represent desolation and judgment as seen in the prophetic and poetic texts, where their presence signifies the abandonment and ruin of once prosperous places. This imagery serves as a powerful reminder of the consequences of turning away from Yah and the resulting spiritual desolation. Overall, the biblical portrayal of foxes provides rich symbolism for understanding the nature of sin, the importance of vigilance in spiritual life, and the reality of divine judgment.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Now I'm starting to see it. Foxes look great. They're very,
Yeah,
very
very
beautiful looking creatures,
pretty, yeah, cute
Yeah.
little things. Yeah,
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
their actions
yeah,
they're just little devils.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Little angels of light, right?
Right? Yeah, transformed into
Yeah,
light.
little
And they're
angels of
not,
light.
although they're from the wolf breed, they're not a wolf, they're not really a dog. They're, not tameable. They
Hmm.
just do their own thing.
Mhm, 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 and they will, they destroy the vines because, you know, uh, not that they're necessary, because if I'm not mistaken, I think they're carnivores,
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
they're destroying the vines because, they're building their own dens, their own nests.
Yeah.
They're
Mhm.
damaging the roots of the crop, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
that's what is meant here by destroying, the vines or the vineyards, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
They just
So let's
take.
look at the context of this passage to see what's going on here in Solomon's. discussion here. All right. So in chapter, try to see who's talking here. Verse 1. Read from verse 1, please.
I am the rose of Sharon, the lily of the valleys. Like a lily among the thorns, so is my darling among the maidens. Like an apple tree among the trees of the forest, so is my beloved among the young men. In his shade I took great delight and sat down, and his fruit was sweet to my taste.
Stop right
He
there.
was
So
brought
who's talking here?
The female.
The
Female,
wife.
the woman, right? It's his wife, his woman, right? It's a
One
shot,
of the many.
right? One of the many, right? The 141st of the yeah, I
And
get it.
it just in those few verses, you see how she actually she feels about him.
Right.
You know, she ain't
Exactly.
saying I run this. I'm jealous of, you know, I'm jealous of number 99 to 285.
Yeah,
No,
that's a great
she has
observation.
genuine
Like,
love.
look, that's a great observation, brother Jay. Because she says this, like a lily among the thorns, so is my darling among the maidens.
Wow.
Among the daughters. So she's saying that her husband is a lily among the thorns. So the thorns could be the many women, right? The daughters, right?
Yeah.
But her husband, her man, is that one lily among it.
Isn't that something?
Because
That's
there could be many thorns around a lily, right? Right. So like an apple tree among the trees of the forest, so is my beloved among the young men. So one tree amongst the forest, so is my beloved amongst the young men. So meaning that he's unique.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. In his shade, I took great delight and sat down. So in other words, she got protection from him, from the elements, right? From the elements. And his fruit was sweet to my taste.
Well, she put it on him. He put it on him. Boy.
He put it on her. Right. So can it be safe to say that she's into him?
Yeah.
See, this is why they had to take Solomon out. he was getting all the women.
Yeah, okay. And he has
brought me to his banquet hall, and his banner over me is love. You know, that can also be referenced back to Yeshua too.
Well, I mean, theologically, theologians attribute the writing of this book, the inspiration of this book is a picture of Yeshua and his bride.
That's exactly what hit me too in verse 1.
That's what they teach in seminary. Seminary. Yeah.
It's okay, brother. It's good, brother. You told us how you really felt. We got you.
Verse 5. Yeah.
Sustain me with raisin cakes. Refresh me with apples because I am lovesick. Oh, clearly.
Yeah, she has it for him, you know. She has it for him.
She's into the dude, right?
Yeah, verse 4 I think verse 3 kind of sealed it. She loved the way his fruit tastes. So I can only imagine the analogy of that.
And based on Sister Deborah's observation, just think about it. She's the 141st wife.
Yes, exactly.
And she's so into him like this. And people say, well, how could he have 1,000 wives? How could all of those wives get attention?
This right here.
She's the 141st one. And she talking about him like this.
Yeah.
Come on, somebody.
I was explaining to a brother last month about how, because he was like, well, Solomon had all these women, and see, the common thing we think is that he's banging all these women, but Solomon was a king. Some of his marriages were for political purposes.
Right.
So he might not necessarily wanted to take them, but for the purpose of growing the kingdom and building alliances, he married, to have that particular power. So
or he was doing a lot of banging, because the reality is, you take these men in their 60s and 70s and 80s, and they're fighting in wars. They are not built like us.
Testosterone is up here.
No, they were healthy. They were strong.
They were not built like us.
No,
they're not built like us. Yeah. Okay. Verse 7.
Verse 7.
Yeah, we up to 6 or
No,
7?
not verse 6. Verse
Yeah.
6. Let his left hand be under my head, and his right arm embrace me.
Mhm.
Verse 7. I adjure you, O daughters of Jerusalem, by the gazelles or by the hinds of the field, that you do not arouse or awaken my love until she pleases.
Mhm.
That one here, is it him? He pleases or
It's
she pleases? Can you double check that? Is that correct?
Which one?
she pleases, right?
Is it always she pleases?
Or
Some
it
versions say
pleases. It
it
pleases.
pleases. Yeah.
Right. Let's look at the Hebrew.
I think well, if she is the proper context, because in this she's referring to Jerusalem, and we know Jerusalem was a bride.
Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can see that in the Song of Solomon, chapter 2, right?
Yeah, we said
I asked because I love that. I love that statement, but I've always been grasping what it means. And
Until it
there you go,
pleases.
2:7.
So
It
it
says, yeah,
pleases.
mhm.
of love. Yeah.
Yeah, of it pleases. Right. So the transliteration is it pleases, but I don't know why NASB says
Till
she
she
pleases.
pleases.
Maybe it's because of the point that is brother Jay's inference about Jerusalem, right?
Okay, okay.
Right.
But what
Mhm.
does it mean, Brother Michael? What do you think that means?
Where do we go? Okay. Hold
We're
on.
at verse 7.
Verse 7, right?
Yeah,
Let's look at it. Let me look at it.
yeah, verse
Let
7 out
his
of 10.
hand be under my head and his right hand embrace me. I adjure you. So this is still her talking.
Mm-hmm.
I adjure you, O daughters of Jerusalem, by the gazelles or by the hinds of the field, that you do not arouse or waken my love. And that word "my" is italicized. So the translators put that in there.
Oh, so we
And they
can
may
love with
have put
the
that in there because of prescriptive monogamy bias.
yeah, yeah.
So that was never meant to be there. So
Right.
we read it as or
Because
awaken
what
love.
she's right, because what she's talking about is she's saying when she's saying I adjure you, all right. And see,
Mhm.
and again, um, bridegroom,
Yeah.
right? So let's look at the trend. See this, they did a lot of
They
editing.
did,
And this,
especially
It
yeah,
for
just
this
this
was
one
the Song
verse.
of
one.
Solomon. They did a lot of editing. Let's look at this. I adjure you, right? Shavar. Shavar. Um, yeah, it's I adjure,
And
but
compel you. I compel
let's
you, something like that.
yeah. That is Song of Solomon 2:7, right? Is that
Yes,
Mhm.
still
sir.
2:7?
Yep,
Mhm.
2:7. I think now we're looking at the point where it said bridegroom. So now we're kind of
Yeah, that's the
now we're
beginning
kind
of
of
the
looking
verse,
at just
right?
that first line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beginning of the verse.
I remember reading it before, but
Here we
Here we
go.
hard
go.
to
We're at Songs
look at it.
5. Scroll down a little bit.
All right, so I
There
so
you go.
two is
2:7.
a jaw, right? Elsewhere, I can't. Okay, that not Song of Solomon, right? Right. So it's I adjure that not, right? So I don't know why again, I don't know why they poked that in there. And I'm
Mm,
talking about NASB, right?
mhm,
Why did they
mhm,
put this in the
Wow.
footnotes? Right,
mm,
bridegroom,
mm.
right?
Yeah.
So
It's gotta be it's gotta be a translation issue.
right.
Mm,
So yeah, it's gotta be a bias. So I
mm.
adjure you, right? O daughter Zion by this. So in other words, it's really I adjure you not, O daughters of Zion, by the gazelles or by the hinds of the field, that you do not arouse or awaken love until it
It
pleases.
pleases, which makes more sense
Right. So let's look at
actually.
let's look
Yeah.
let's look at this as in the KJV. All right.
Mm, mm.
All right. I
7.
charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by the hinds of the field, that ye stir not up nor awaken my love till he pleases.
So that one's he.
Yeah. Yeah. So he pleases. Right.
Okay.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Try to
Well, given the
see.
context of it,
Mm.
given the context of it, especially the first line referring to the bridegroom, must be until Yah pleases. So the way I would look at this in context is that it's the father that's stirring love up for her head, which is Solomon.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right.
Well, I got it from the like I used to read this a lot, especially growing up, and I thought it would be like if you're infatuated, you shouldn't be pushing. You should be patient with love. Like you shouldn't
Right.
try
And
to
that's
make
that's the
time.
that's the message that I'm getting. I'm getting that
Mhm.
she's warning the daughters of Zion to
Mhm.
not, how would you say, allow themselves to get taken captive away too soon, right?
Mhm.
By the desires of love, right? Because
Mhm.
when it's on, it's on. You can't turn it off, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Until it pleases. So in other words,
Mhm.
don't get yourself caught up emotionally or infatuated, in
Mhm.
an infatuating way, until it's ready, right?
Yep.
Until
Withhold
it,
yourself, ladies.
right, until it's ready.
Hold the
That's
horses, hold the horses. Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
And the bride says, "Bride, my beloved,
Let's see.
behold, he
Okay.
is coming, climbing on the mountains, leaping on the hills." So they insert the word bride, but
Mm.
does it say bride in the Hebrew?
Again,
Mm.
it's a contradiction, like, right? I
Right.
don't know. Mm.
Yeah, we having a different kind of Baba Dick tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dissecting this
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. It would be the first word.
Yeah,
Listen,
which is odd. Which is odd.
it's called,
Yeah.
and this has to deal with sound, right? Right.
Voice. Okay.
Voice, right? Song of Solomon.
Mm.
Not seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Kings and Exodus. What's Exodus? Joel, Joel, Chronicles.
So what did they? Why
It's,
did they?
here we
Okay,
go. Here's we go.
Psalms
Here's we go.
2.
2:8.
Yep, there
Here
we
we
go.
go.
There we go.
Exclamation at the beginning of a clause, right? Okay, so here we go.
Oh, a sound of hark. Okay.
Just gonna look for the one. A sound, especially, right? So it's an explanation of the sound,
It says
um,
of a human voice though for A.
of the human voice, right?
Mm.
All right. So listen, my beloved, behold, he is coming, climbing on the mountains, leaping on the hills. So again, it still can be the woman saying to the daughters of Zion, calling them her beloved.
Mhm.
Behold,
Right, because
he
he
is
is
coming,
coming.
right?
Yeah.
Climbing on the mountains, leaping on the hills, right? My
Mm.
beloved is like a gazelle or a young stag. Behold, he is standing behind our wall. He is looking through the windows. He is peering through the lattice. My beloved responded and said to me, "Arise, my darling, my beautiful one, and come along. For behold, the winter is past, the rain is over and gone." Right. So the waiting period, right, of the
Yeah, I love that.
right. See
Yeah,
how, yes, beautiful, right?
yeah.
Flowers have already appeared in the land, right? So it's
Spring,
spring, right?
spring.
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
the time has arrived for pruning the vines, and the
Mm.
voice of the turtle dove has heard in our land. The fig tree has ripened its, see, we're
Again.
just starting to scratch the surface about polygyny
Mm.
and this thing about, you know, the man is the farmer and he carries the seed, and the woman is the field and she's the land, right? We just
Mm.
but look how deep she's talking about, you know, vegetation and the farming and fruits in the land, and all of these things, like how observant they were of these things in their cultural day of that we are so far removed from, because we don't really engage with this form of creation like this. You understand? Like many of us go to the supermarket. That's as close as we get to
The farming.
some vines, right? Right. And so they're able to now speak abstractly. They're able to speak poetically, right? Using the creation that's around them, right?
Yeah. And also knowing the effort that it takes to actually reap the rewards of the vine, right?
Yes,
It
yes,
took
yes,
work. It took work and
yes,
pruning and
yes.
waiting and
So there's an appreciation of feeling that they get from
appreciation.
looking at nature like this that we don't, right?
Yeah.
That we have to use these books, these reference, these sources in order to do it. What you gonna say, Brother Jay?
No, I'm just like, it's just kind of blowing my mind, man, because it's like I'm seeing this as a picture of of the Father Yeshua when his bride is ready for him. You know how
Right.
excited
It
he is.
is.
He's coming over the mountains.
Right.
He's
Right.
peeking through because he's ready.
Right.
He's
Right.
ready. He's waiting for this woman. This
Or the
woman has been
five wise versions, right? How they
Right.
had their lamp train. Oh, the bridegroom is here. They ran out to
They
meet.
waited.
Yeah, and they're
But also
ready.
they went through a period of cleansing.
And
And
cleansing.
now the cleansing's over, now that
Right.
they're prepared.
Right. Exactly. So the fig tree has ripened its figs, and the vines has blossomed and have given forth their fragrance. Arise, my darling, my beautiful one, and come along. And so now it's at this point where it's ready, right?
Yeah.
It's ripened, right?
Perfect
It's ready.
timing. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, my love, in the clefts of the rock, in the secret place of the steep pathway, let me see your form. Let me hear your voice. For your voice is sweet and your form is lovely.
Wow.
Catch the foxes for us, the little foxes that are stunning, that are ruining the vines while our vineyards are in blossom. So again, what I see here is that there's a concern that all this maturation in terms of the time for love, the fruition, I guess probably of the courting process, and not wanting anything to interfere with that. And I think that's the purpose of this phrase being put in here. Catch the foxes for us.
Yeah.
The little foxes. So even the little things might get in the way, because I'm about to burst.
You gonna get in the way of this, man.
It's like the couples, the young parents or the parents that have small children, right? And you about to get it on, and then the baby start crying. The baby start crying.
The dog at the door. Dog scratching.
Dog, right? You got the mother-in-law is at the door.
Surprise visit.
And there's so many other things knocking at the door too.
Yes, so many other things.
A million distractions, and the woman is like, "Please help me, please."
Yes.
Catch the foxes.
Yes, right. So she's really talking about something that's ruining the mood.
The mood, yeah.
Right, ruining the mood. My beloved is mine, and I am his. So this is her talking. Right before this, we can tell she's talking, and after this, we can tell this is her. So this got to be her here in 15. Right? There's no way in the world it's going to switch to him and then come back to her between verses, right?
No.
So my beloved is mine, and I am his. He pastures his flock among the lilies until the cool of the day, when the shadows flee away. Turn, my beloved, and be like a gazelle or a young stag on the mountains of Bether.
Beautiful.
Right. So foxes, so far, what we see, and I know we went around the mountain to get there, obviously gives us an idea here that, again, is consistent with the biblical meaning that we read from Bible Hub, in terms of the biblical encyclopedia, that it has to do with something that ruins something, something that destroys something.
Beautiful. Something destroys something beautiful,
beautiful, right,
that is ready,
right,
That
that's
is
ready,
ready to be
right,
bloomed and blossomed. And
right,
doesn't it happen so many times?
right.
So
Now, Brother Jay, you brought
Mm.
out the point. This is definitely a picture of the Messiah and his assembly, right?
Mm.
So imagine the worship setting, right?
Mm.
And then what can interfere with the worship setting? What are some of
Foolish
the things
virgins.
that say that again?
Foolish virgins.
Foolish right? So you're in the assembly and there's a worship setting, right? And then somebody may come in and do something. Let's just say a woman comes in and you're about to get in a worship setting and she comes in with these tight, tight dress on with the cleavage showing out and stuff. And so, but now that I'm distracted, right? You and Yeshua about to get it on, right?
Then she walks down the aisle just talking about at the same time, you're like, who is this chick?
Yeah, put a damp towel on your hallelujah,
Right.
Yeah. So it's when the mood is quenched, right? As a result. And so there can be those, and so now relating it to our topic tonight, right? Small foxes destroys the building of your home, right, fellas? This topic came as an idea because in your endeavor to build your home, in your endeavor to be patriarchal, in your endeavor to be a Yah-fearing man as it relates to you building your home, right, your family, there are those small foxes. There are those little things that comes in or can come in, right, and destroy the mood, destroy the communication, destroy the environment, destroy the whole home altogether. We read that a wise woman, will build a home, right? But the foolish one with her own hands will tear it down.
Yeah.
So there are things that can definitely destroy your home, right? It could be the adultery, the infidelity. It can be money situation can be a devastating thing on a home, right? There's a lot of things that can destroy a home, but we want to talk about some subtle things that men oftentimes we can overlook that can be very destructive if they're not dealt with, right? If they're not dealt with, and that's what we want to deal with tonight. All right.
Number one thing is ants.
Okay. Well, you put too much sugar on the table, then you're also gonna get that here.
Right.
The things are horrible.
Yes.
Well, I find that in the Caribbean, the solution for me personally is that you always have the house clean. Can't leave the counters of anything on it. And
Man, I found out using peroxide when you clean. Oh, it's such a game changer. Such a game changer, not only for a clean house. I used to live next to people that had roaches.
Right.
And how I knew they had roaches, they wouldn't come over until after I cleaned. I would see one every 3 months. And that's how I knew my neighbors finally cleaned. They would come out, they would come to my house to die because I would clean my floors with peroxide.
You're just trying to prevent the small roaches from coming into your house.
Yeah, I'm trying to prevent it from
in the
coming
vineyard.
Yeah.
Some foxes died when they came over, but
yeah.
All right. So let's go with our first question here tonight. Fellas, have you ever first of all, who's in the chat room tonight? Can I get a number one for whoever's in the chat room? We didn't get any greetings from the chat room. I feel bad. I ain't get no love from the chat room. Who's in the chat room? Who's with us tonight? Who's out there? Let us know. Make yourself known. Just send us a greetings, send us a shalom, or you could just send us a number one just to let us know that you're there, or you could give us the ear emoji to let us know that you're there. All right. Yeah. So the first question is, have you ever, fellas, have you ever experienced a woman giving you the silent treatment? And what do you, so I mean, I guess the only fella that I could talk to, because the other ones that are not, and they're not making themselves known in the chat room, right? What do you think is her reasoning for such treatment? Brother Jay, have you ever experienced that in a relationship? I know I have. I'm put up two hands.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Back then, I didn't know how much of a back then I didn't know how much of a blessing it was.
You know how much of a blessing?
Because with the silent treatment, you know, if you try to fix it,
right,
it's going to be that storm and that tempest that you're going to have to deal with. And trying to recorrect that issue.
I think it's kind of like sort of tapping into the second part of the question, which is, what do you think is her reasoning for such treatment? So, what would, first of all, why would she want to use a silent tactic?
Because to her, it means to hurt you.
It means to hurt you. Okay,
like,
I would get that.
Well, I'm not going to talk to you.
Sister D, why do you think women? I know you've never done anything like that.
Of course I have.
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Like,
I am not a saint. I have definitely tried that. Went through the playbook, survived it still, but definitely went through the playbook, girls. Yes, I did.
You did.
Why'd you do it? Well, yeah, to get attention too. So yes, to punish the man. Because I think that we know that we need your attention, and when you withdraw your attention from us, it's a punishment to us. So we think if we do the same to you, it will affect you the same way it affects us, which it doesn't, which is really backfires,
Right.
Because when you withdraw yourself and go silent, it's like 10 times worse to a woman. But we think, okay, if I just keep silent, he'll feel the same way. And so we boil it in, hold it in, hold our mouth, but it really builds up to be worse because you have imaginary conversations in your mind. So when that starts to explode like a volcano, yeah, you get a piece of our mind then.
Your piece of your mind. Okay.
A piece. That's we get just a piece.
The piece.
It doesn't erupt like a volcano everywhere.
Yeah, the silent treatment never lasts. It doesn't.
It never lasts, right? So there is a boiling point.
Especially when my finger out that you're actually enjoying it. Oh my gosh.
I know how to end this.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you not gonna say nothing to me, Jeremy?
Yeah. I'm just gonna say that.
I haven't talked to you for a whole week. Notice?
You not gonna say nothing about this? This is what I mean.
Happy, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of like when you try to walk away from the argument, right? Or you walk away from the argument, like, oh, you gonna walk away? Why are you gonna walk away?
And then they follow you talking. It's like, oh shit.
It is our go-to because we really think that men feel the same way as we do. So when you withdraw, oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah. So any of you brothers out there, have you ever experienced a woman giving you the silent treatment? And what do you think her reasoning is for it? We want to know. Write it in the chat in the comment section. Brother Jay, we got some comments.
Yeah, I was just about to type them. Shalom, Jairus.
Shalom. Blessings to you, Jairus. Good to see your avatar. I'm glad that you're here with us. Thank you so much.
Shalom, CFM 1181. He said they say when a woman goes silent, she's usually trying to punish. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Sister Irie.
Hi. Shalom, sis. Blessings to you. Good to see you.
Yep, welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
But it also happens when a man raises his voice a lot and we feel afraid. So yes, sometimes it's punishment, but sometimes it's also a woman retreating out of fear for the roar of the lion, put it that way.
Right.
So and that is an instinct that we would definitely respect because you have an authority in your voice. And if a man's just a little bit change in voice.
Okay.
For certain women, not all women, but
not all.
Not quieter, more reserved women, you would scare her into the corner,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
she would be quiet. So it's
yeah,
not always a punishment.
because some women will be like,
Mhm.
"Is that all you got?"
When you
shoot,
start
man.
roaring, yeah.
Is that all you got?
But not all women. I was the
Oh yeah.
kind of the one that would actually be afraid and run to the
Yeah,
corner. So it depends on the sensitivity of the woman at the thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And how she's built,
That's it.
right?
So you have
How
to
she's
work with
built.
your woman with understanding because they'll
Exactly,
all
exactly.
sound
Because
the same.
some women, that's just an invitation, right?
Yeah.
That's just
Hey,
an
you know
invitation.
you messed up when she done pulled the Vaseline out, man.
Pull out a
It's
knife.
gonna, it's gonna,
What?
it took
What?
me a long night, man. Hey man, mine didn't use weapon. She just used her fist. She just got down with it. I'm like, whoa, this I ain't
What?
had to raise my voice. She just came with it.
Yeah, yeah. There's some rough women out here.
Oh,
Definitely is. Yeah.
okay. Okay.
So,
Mm.
okay. So here's another one. Have you ever experienced a woman, and I forgot to put in the word a woman. Have you ever experienced a woman who refuses to apologize?
Never. We don't do that.
You
No
don't do
one's
that. You
apologized.
don't apologize. Yeah, the
It's
apology
Yeah, I
is
was
you,
about
you
to
just
say.
don't hear it
apologizing is for punks, right?
Right.
Fellas, have
because
you
we're
ever
always
experienced a
right.
woman?
We are always right. Darn it.
Exactly. What's the need for apology, right?
There's
When you're
absolutely
all
no
It's for
need.
when you're the person that's in the right.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But what would be the reason for this tactic? What would be the reason for this tactic for not apologizing? Or why would you think? I'm not saying it's a tactic necessarily per se, but
mm.
why? What makes it difficult for a woman to apologize? And I know men can be like this as well, but what would make a woman um because we're trying to figure out the small
Because
foxes that
we're
destroys.
very, very vulnerable women. Like you all have a strength, a physical strength. You feel stronger, right? So even if you were wrong, you can hold your own. You have
Mhm.
you have this presence about you. You have the physical strength to defend yourself. You do not suffer from being wrong. But we need to be right because we only have our words and our emotions to defend us, right? And
Wow.
so sitting in that sense of being vulnerable and being wrong, it's just terrible, devastating for women. That's why we will argue, 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 argue until we verbally can win in a battle. But you don't need to verbally win a battle like that before. You just raise your voice and this then the argument is done, right? But
Wow.
for women, we have to be right because this is our only sword. And it's really terrible, but this is how we operate.
Wow. Could you say that again? You said a need to be right?
I
We
caught
need
that. I
to
was
be
I was really
right.
thinking.
A
For me
need.
to be wrong means that I'm weak and I'm vulnerable, right? I'm
Wow.
wrong. It's a
Wow.
humbling position to be in, and I'm already humble because I'm a woman.
All right. So in other words, you don't want to be a punk.
I don't want to be a punk, and I cannot fight you. I cannot wrestle you physically, but I'll
Right.
wrestle you with my words until I dominate you,
Right.
until I
Right.
win,
Right. Right.
right?
Hey,
For
I
me to
got
say right now that you're correct and you're right, it's hard. It's
It's
really hard
hard.
for me.
It's
It's even hard for them to
humbling.
do
It's
it against.
humbling.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's humbling.
especially against a man. Like they're more likely to say I'm sorry to another sister because
oh
we're
yeah.
equals and
Mm.
but to a man it's a battle.
He's gonna be
So
hard.
so this delves in this
Mm.
this thing of having the difficulty with
Mm.
apologizing. Would you say that it creeps over into the realm of an ego of a woman?
It's
Her
the
ego won't allow it.
ego in a sense, but we don't feel strong. Listen, we don't feel strong. We know that we are weaker. The reason why we're holding on to the little string is because the only power we have is here in our mouth.
Mm,
Right? And
mm.
so the ego is not like a man's ego. You guys have ego based on the fact that you know that you're also going to back it up with your strength,
Right,
right?
right, 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 right. So the only thing that you can use is pretty much your words, your persuasion.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Makes sense.
Mm.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I could rock with that. I could rock with that. Anything else anyone want to add in the chat? You definitely chime in this conversation. Let's make this into a dialogue here
Yeah,
today.
sister.
Sure.
Tell me if I'm right or wrong, my
Yeah,
sister.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the other thing, sisters. Let us know
Mhm.
if Sister D is just,
Mm,
gaming
mhm,
us. All right. Let us
mhm,
know whether she's
mhm,
right or wrong or
mhm,
not. All right.
mhm,
You can let us know. We
mhm.
won't tell her. Just let us know on the secret, right? All right. What's the other one? What is meant when people throw out the term gaslighting? Now, this is a term that I see a lot on the internet. There's a lot of
Oh
content
boy,
creators, a lot of relationship coaches, right?
that's
A
the
lot
word
of
of the year.
psychotherapists and
Hmm.
counselors, and they use this term. Women are now using this term in their
Hmm.
arguments, like, "Oh, you're just gaslighting," right?
I don't know.
Right.
Oh yeah, it gets so complicated when it's a new
Right.
term, isn't it?
When
It wasn't
they
around
start,
like 10
Yeah, it
years
wasn't
ago.
around
yeah,
10 years ago.
No.
No, I never heard of it
it was
until
projecting 10 years ago. It was you're projecting. That's what I remember.
That
projecting.
was in fashion then.
Right.
They learned a new word, and it's like they have it's like a spelling bee. Can you use it in a sentence?
Mm.
Well, it's
That's what they
exactly
are doing.
that, and I think
They
it's
gonna use
because
it.
women now dominate the whole field of psychology more than men, so we just keep
Mm.
on creating new
It's
Well,
stuff.
it's just as you
so
said.
it's matriarchal.
Psychology, yeah.
Yeah, psychology. I'm gonna look this
Mhm.
term up. I want to get an official
Okay.
definition of the term, and I just lost my banner.
A new word is
Mhm.
literal.
Mhm.
I don't get that. I don't know
Literal.
why they all using
I'm
literal.
literally. I'm
Yeah,
literal.
literal or literally. They use it in every sentence, and they think that it
Mhm.
makes them less of a liar. You know,
Right.
Oh, but you
these
you
words
do
do not
know
help
that
you.
if somebody has to tell you that they're
It's
actually planning
literal.
to lie, right?
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, yeah.
I
Hmm.
wanted to thank you, sister, for
Mhm.
confirming the need to be right, for confirming sign language online
Mhm.
for us. Thank you.
Well, it's something that I suffered with myself, you know. I'm not
Mm.
It's something that I think women, especially when we enter into the relationship, need to get out of our system right away. And I love that scripture that Solomon's wife gave because it's in the beginning when things are blossoming, when you're just your first year of relationship and the second year of relationship. The little foxes like that want to destroy your life, you know?
Right. Right.
And you will let them go without dealing with them.
Right. 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 Okay. So here's a modern definition, right, of
Mhm.
gaslighting according to Middle Georgia State University, right?
Okay.
And this is what it reads. A psychological manipulation tactic in which a person tries to convince someone that their reality is untrue. So I hurt, but then you try to convince me that my hurt isn't true. I feel pain. You try to convince me that my reality isn't true. It is a
Mhm.
tactic often used by narcissists, which is another term that's thrown out there a lot.
Oh heck
Right?
yeah.
It is a tired term, right? Oh, you're
That
just a narcissist, right?
that and misogynist.
Misogynist, right?
It's usually
Misogynist.
applied to men. It's usually the
Uh,
men that
It
are
usually
not.
applied to men, right? And it's
Mhm.
interesting how a lot of these terms are mostly geared towards men.
Yeah,
yeah.
And it just
mostly.
ties into what Sister D said in terms of the psychological field is pretty much matriarchal, right?
Well,
Mhm.
it's
Society.
because this, just like Sister D explained to us, man, like
Mhm.
this is their weapon. This is the weapon that they have.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
in psychology, this, you know,
That's it.
that's the
Like
weapon.
until I open my mouth, you don't know what I'm saying, right? So I
Yeah.
got to
Right,
open the mouth and fight. That's my sword, and it always has been spiritually a sword.
right,
But that is
right,
the woman's only sport.
right.
Sword.
So if I tell you that I don't like the pictures that you have posted online of yourself, and then
Uh-huh.
you turn around and you say to me that I'm insecure,
Of
right?
course, you're insecure. Yeah. And
Yeah,
And you
don't you want me
gaslighter.
to be beautiful? I mean, I'm like, don't you think I'm beautiful too?
right,
Mhm.
What are
right,
you saying?
right,
You know?
right, right, right. Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is a tactic often used by narcissists to gain control of their intended target. So
Uh-huh.
this is the woman's intent in this case of what we're talking about here tonight when she's using these tactics of gaslighting, right? It's her intent to gain control over
Mhm.
the man, over the situation. We got another
Mhm.
comment in here, Brother Jay.
Yep. We got Sister Ivy Height. She says gaslighting, a sudden turn of vibes, unto attack or undermining, aimed at smashing positive vibes or self-confidence of the other.
Mhm.
Yep. And they do that by calling them a narcissist.
You call them a narcissist or call them a gaslighter. You're gaslighting. Yeah.
Well,
The
usually, like,
gaslight. Right.
when
It's the
you hear it
tactic that they
online,
use.
it's
Right.
narcissist isn't far behind it or far ahead of it. When they
In
say
that term,
gaslighting,
like,
Yeah, they
yeah.
usually use both of those terms. Right.
But we twist, so gaslighting is when we also twist your meanings. Like we know your intention, but we twist it to being something else. Like when you're trying
Mhm.
to correct me, I will not say that you're trying to help me. I'm saying you're trying to hurt me. Like you're always judging me. But Brother Michael, why are you being so critical of me? Don't you like
Right.
me?
Yes.
Right? So I
Yes.
know your motive was correct, but I will gaslight you, use the
Gaslight
exact
you.
same thing and twist it
Yes.
around, right?
Yes, yes. And being that you said that, you made me think of this video clip to watch. Hold on a second. Let me pull this
Okay.
video up. Right. You made me you see you starting mess, Sister D.
Here we go.
There you go. All right.
let me hit this comment while you're doing that. Oh, wait a
You
minute, got
get
it.
you get
Okay. Sister Ivory says, apologize to
apologies
become difficult.
become difficult.
Okay, so I
Right.
was right the first time. Apologies become difficult when the woman is not even aware of her being wrong. Yeah, the need
Mhm.
to be right, Sister D was talking about,
Mm.
or the need to humble herself and agree that there might be different point of view that is also valuable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what to me, you know what this sounds like again, it's foundational to what we be talking about all the time. It's a lack of humility. It's a lack of wanting to be in a submissive role.
Yes, it's a
It,
power trip.
it's a
Yeah.
power trip. It's another way of wanting to usurp authority. You
Mhm.
know, I want to be the one that's in control in this situation, kind of like what the definition said. I want to be the one that's an authority here, you know. So let me
Mhm.
wield this authority, right? By gaslighting, right? Well, they
Mhm.
might not think that that's what they're doing, but in actuality, that's what they're doing when
Mhm.
they try to twist a person's truth or the reality around to be something else or to make them think
Mhm.
that it's not real, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
That's what they normally do. One or two things: they either overtalk or they start throwing accusations, and then when one accusation hit, they know they can pile on that accusation by just
Mhm.
talking.
Right, right,
Mhm.
right,
Mhm.
right, right.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So let's look at this. Let's look at this video clip here. Okay.
Another gaslighting tactic that women will use is when they twist your words. So you'll say something very basic, very direct, and they'll take that and make it mean something else and have a problem with it. So you'll say something like, "Hey man, listen, I just want to relax. I really don't feel like going out tonight. I don't feel like going out to eat tonight." A lot of women will take that and say, "Oh, well, if you don't want to hang out with me, just say that. If you don't want to be around me or you don't want to be around me and hang out with me, just say that." That's gaslighting. She heard exactly what you said, but she's being selfish in a sense to where she's trying to guilt trip you because you are drained and you don't feel like doing something. Women do shit like that. That's gaslighting. Or let's say you tell your woman, "I don't really like the way that you're talking to me right now. I don't really like the way that you disrespect me." Right? And instead of dealing with and being accountable for that, they'll take what you say and catastrophize it and say, "Oh, well, you're just saying I'm just the meanest, rudest to you ever. I'm just the rudest person in the world. I'm just no good, huh?" That's
Mhm.
gaslighting, bro.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Or you could say something like, "Hey, I feel like you're not listening to me. Oh, so now you saying I don't love you and I don't care about you." They twist your words, in order to escape accountability.
Mm. Oh, wow.
I'm guilty of that, especially
You
the
are
one that, oh yeah, of going to the
really?
extreme.
I
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe. I find that so hard to believe.
No.
Are
When
you
he said it in the
gaslighting? Are you
beginning,
gaslighting us now? No.
seriously, I have played that card,
Yeah.
Yeah, you think I'm a
Yeah.
terrible person. You just think I'm the worst person ever. And you go into this little pity party that you create in your
Yeah.
mind that the person thinks
Yeah.
about you, which is
Yeah.
not true, right?
It's not true. It's not
But
true. It's
you
not
want them
true.
to feel so guilty for putting you in that state
Guilty,
of
right?
mind.
Feel sympathy, guilt, right? Right. A sense of remorse, right?
Yeah,
Feel
yeah.
bad, feel disgusting and terrible, right, on the inside.
Mhm.
So, fellas, have you ever experienced a woman who would twist your words you clearly and directly stated around?
Mm.
Has that ever happened to you, Brother Jay?
All the time.
All the time. Yeah. Just twist what it is that you're actually saying. Or if they don't do that, they'll do this one. They'll when you attempted to hold your woman accountable on something, I put something thing, right? Specific, she turns it into a matter of absolutes. So like if you want to hold her accountable, say, listen, I don't like the fact that you didn't remove the groceries from the bag. That I never removed the groceries from the bag, so it becomes that one incident becomes that she never, right? Yo, babe, I don't like how you talking to me. I never talk to you the right way. I just whatever I say is just I just don't say it's the right way, right?
They start talking about you. I never put gas in the car either. Like,
yes,
it just keeps going. Like
right. Yeah. So why do you keep doing? I always be doing this. So it always becomes an absolute, right? It's an absolute, right? So it's really about twisting what you say as a deflection on you, and it's a deflection of accountability of themselves. It's a slide tactic. It's a fox, right? So that is certainly a small fox, right? It's very subtle. It's a sleight of hand. Like if you're not cognizant of it, like you can get caught up in it. Like, oh no, and now you're trying to defend something that ain't even what you had to say.
No, but we want you to apologize.
You want you to apologize, right? So
right. She said it was such a straight face.
But it's true.
That is so demented.
I am guilty. I don't know what you guys think about me, but I have been guilty of all that. On top of that, I want you to apologize.
That is that is so demented, right? Wow. I told you a lot of women are gonna go to hell. They gonna go to hell. They gonna go to hell. They gonna go to hell.
Sisters, we need to, stop these foxes, but we need help. I'm really,
Yeah. Wow. But Brother Jay, let me ask you this question: have you ever been guilt tripped or shamed? And what does that mean to be guilt tripped or shamed?
Well, it actually was exactly what we're doing. It means the deflection tactic worked. You did a Gatling gun and she did a Kamehameha, and you blinked. so the Kamehameha worked. It successfully deflected your attack back at you, and now you have to and now you're tricked into saying, oh well, hey, it's my fault she's feeling this way. It's my fault she's feeling this way.
My first wife used to do this one. When we first met, I was studying and I was teaching. I was studying like 3 different martial arts systems at the same time, and I was teaching it at the same time.
Oh, really?
Right?
Oh, wow.
I was busy in ministry. I was active. I was in school. I was so much I had going on my plate. When I was gonna go to the dojo. Oh, you gonna go to the dojo tonight? Oh, you gonna go to martial arts tonight?
Came in with the baby voice though, right?
The tone and everything, right? But just that whole notion of just trying to make you feel bad for what it is that you are intending to do with good intentions, right? Right, and just twist that thing around, right, to throw this sense of guilt on you or shame you.
Because
a real man
a real man, but also you don't love me if you go because you don't spend enough time with me.
Like you don't love me, right?
What was the first thing you said, sister? What was the first thing you said just now? What was the first thing you said?
She was responding to what I said, and I said,
"No." But she said the go-to phrase when they get into an argument. She said, "A real man."
She heard me say that. Yeah. I just said that.
That's the term, right?
Yeah.
A real man would do this,
right? Exactly.
Because we always know what a real man is.
Right.
Yeah, right. I always know what a real man is. Just never have
a woman is. You're supposed to be a woman. Like you telling me what a man is.
But we know what a real man is. Yeah.
They all know what a real man is, but they never seem to find him. Never seem to know, like in person, what he is. But in their mind, they know who he is.
Right, they know who he is,
He
right?
ain't in their family.
Exactly.
He ain't married to him. He ain't
Right.
their friend. He know where to be found in their life.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, definitely guilt tripping is definitely one of those small foxes, right? And definitely shaming is another small fox. That if it's not dealt with, it can be. How can this become a bigger problem?
Because it becomes like I begin to now disrespect you, like full on disrespect you now after a
Mm,
while, right?
mm,
Oh, yeah.
That
mm.
you're not good enough in my
Right.
eyes either.
Right. And especially if it's something has to deal in terms of your ambitions, in terms of you furthering yourself, or something that you're doing constructive to
Mhm,
take yourself on another level. I mean, it could be college, right? You have
mhm,
some women that they don't want their husband to study because they want him to spend time with them, right?
mhm, mhm.
Girlfriends, they're like, why are you gonna study? Like, come on, don't you want to spend time with me?
Yeah, yeah.
And so you have women that actually will do that. They will bring a man down, right? He's trying to
Mhm,
work on his career. He's trying to work on his job. He's spending too much time at work or what have
mhm,
you. And so she will pull him away from his vision, or it can be ministry. You
Yeah.
know, she's going to pull. Listen, we're experiencing this with polygyny, right?
Oh
Many of
mhm,
the
yeah.
brothers
Backlash.
in this space, right, are
mhm,
experiencing, this pulling, by these small foxes, right?
Uh-huh.
And the thing
mhm.
about it is that over time, it can have its impact
Oh
Oh
yeah.
if it's
yeah,
not addressed, if it's not
right
dealt with, if
away.
you're not
Yeah.
holding them
Mhm,
accountable. It can
mhm,
literally be a problem to your career, your ministry, your business, your home, right? Your friendships, right?
mhm, mhm.
Because another one would be kind of like shaming you because you want to hang out with your friends.
Well, that's another question. I mean, I don't know what it came to us, but we think that we dominate your time.
The
Like
time, right?
your
Monopolizing the
time should
time.
be always spent how I feel fit. It should be spent.
Yes. And or,
Mhm,
now I got a problem. She's got a problem with all of your friends. She got a problem with
mhm,
certain relatives. Why?
mhm.
Because she wants to isolate you to herself.
Yeah, I want all of your time, and so the mere fact that you're seeking other missions, like you're on your own mission, is
Right.
insulting. It's a power trip, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hmm.
Just like the boss
And
has the right to have the employee's time, he can assign that, but I'm over you, so I'm going to tell you how you spend your time.
right. And if
Mhm,
you guys go, you're gonna say, Brother Jay?
mhm,
I was gonna say it's a way to tear him down and to get him back under control.
Under
yeah,
So
control.
at that point,
Exactly.
she sees him. Oh man, I'm losing control. Oh man, he's gonna start doing better than
Right.
me, which is
Right.
going to elevate him and elevate his circle. So that
Right.
means he's going to open up to more options,
And
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 then
and
I'm not going to be desirable.
Right. And don't let her be a jealous woman or,
Yeah.
insecure,
mhm.
because now he's gonna get attention from women, right?
Uh-huh.
That's another
So right,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
another thing, right?
Mhm, mhm,
Transitioning out
mhm,
of prescriptive monogamy into patriarchal,
mhm,
biblical patriarchy, right?
mhm,
So yeah, that's another challenge there for
I used
sure.
to get that all the time, all the
Mm,
time.
mhm,
Oh, hey, you talking to other women? I'm like, when do I
mhm,
have time? When do I have time for other women? With all that's on my plate right now, I
mhm,
don't think
mhm,
women understand. Like, when men are focused, we're focused.
mhm.
You know, other women don't necessarily come into the picture. When we're trying to get to another plateau,
right,
that's the
Mhm,
only thing we're focusing on. We got to get there first,
right,
mhm,
before we look to the left or look to the right.
right,
mhm,
I
right.
don't think they understand that.
Exactly,
mhm.
exactly. Here's another one, Brother Jay. Have you ever asked your woman to suggest somewhere to eat, right? Because you're trying to figure out somewhere to go. Maybe she might. I don't know. I don't really have anything in mind. If you ask her for somewhere to eat,
Mhm.
only to get the I don't know treatment until you suggest someplace yourself. So in other
Yeah.
words, you don't have an idea of what to eat, right? So I'm gonna give her an opportunity to suggest a place. I'm gonna say, hey, where you want to go? And she'll be like, oh, I don't know. I can't think of no place. And as soon as you suggest something, oh no, I don't like that. I don't want to go there. Let's go here. All of a
Mhm,
sudden they got a suggestion.
mhm, mhm, mhm. It's usually because I don't like your suggestion immediately, don't like it.
You right. and it's and can even say, you know what, wherever you want to go. No, I don't have nothing in mind. Wherever you want to go. Okay, let's go to Bentley's. Oh no, I hate that place. No, let's go over here. I thought you said wherever I would want to go.
Right.
You get what I'm asking? You get what I'm asking? You ever experienced that? Like you get in a car, I'm not sure where you want to go, what have you, because you don't really have anything in mind, right? You just know you just want to go and spend some time and go get something.
Can I tell you a little hint to get rid of that? You need to always travel with some snacks for women.
Like a little treat you throw in the back.
Yeah, and as soon as they start, you say, "Here, honey, just." And while she's like, God, that's interesting. Then you decide, right, where you. No, seriously, our sugar goes low. No joke. Women are moody creatures. We are moody. When we're hungry, especially when we're hungry,
right,
and the hormones are off.
Right.
I can get into a little. I know a lot of women who get into a sugar craving or the crash of their insulin, and we react in strange ways when we have that stage. So you try to avoid that with women when they're hungry, right?
When they're hungry. Oh, so the excuse is because of the hunger.
No, it is. You should never be acting this way. Bring some snacks.
Bring some Snickers.
Okay.
Because you're not you when you're hungry.
You're not you. I mean, it's really, I'm guilty of it too. Like I'm telling you, I've said this, I've done this, it's terrible. Yeah.
Maria, I see. Maria, shalom, blessings to you. All praises to the Most High.
Hi.
Thanks for joining. Join into the conversation. Get into the
You make it worse. It's like I can never make up my mind where I want to go. Like it's true. I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm just hungry. Get me some food. And then you go
until he suggests a place.
Exactly. And
that's the whole point. The whole point is don't even go as far as to say whatever it is that you want. I don't know. I can't think of nothing. Don't even say that, because as soon as he suggests something, oh no, I don't like that place. Right? Can we go here? Right?
I think men also need to pose the question differently to kind of take away the feel of choice.
That's exactly it. You don't give her options. Yeah.
Because I found out when I was married. Stop asking her where she wants to eat. Tell her you're going here. Do you want something?
Right.
And then send her a copy of the menu. If she selects something, cool. If not, you eating. Either way, you eating.
Right.
Right. if you gone, you ain't going back. Make sure she know that from the get-go.
But what if she hits you with okay, well, why are you going there? So-and-so was like three blocks down. Could you go by there also and get me some, because I got a really taste for that.
So I'm going here. I've sent you the menu. I'm actually at the drive-through right now. So if you want something, I'm here. If not, I'll get my stuff and I'll go.
Listen, talk about the little foxes. A lot of women like to judge men for not making these decisions. We can't even pick the place we want to eat.
Right. And that kind of leads to the question of where, like, how can this become a problem? It sounds small. It sounds trivial, but can this be a problem down the road? Because we're just talking about places to eat. Now, what happens now when you're making decisions on buying a home? What happens when you make decisions on, okay, you want to add on another woman, right? So when you start making larger decisions, right? Now you can kind of see like this can really pretty much be a problem. Which kind of what does it signal then, based on what we're seeing here?
You're training the woman also in that regard. Think of it like a child. If the child always thinks that it has a right to choose which restaurant it goes to and debates it with you.
Right.
In its hungry state, I want McDonald's every day and Chuck E. Cheese or whatever.
Right.
And ice cream on top of that. And then when you have a serious discussion to make, it expects to be involved in that too. You're training like every decision is debatable, it's up for discussion.
And it has a say. I have a say.
I have a say. And you're making that the foundation.
I live in a democracy, right? And I have rights, right? And I have a voice. I'm a democratic voice, and I have a say in this matter.
We've been oppressed since the beginning of time.
We have been oppressed.
All right.
And he wants to be controlling, and men like to do that because you're trying to also not be controlling in a sense and give her
Right.
you
I
know,
mean, in an innocent way, the man could literally mean, I really don't know what to eat, right?
yeah, that too, yeah,
And
yeah,
we're both sitting here, we both can't figure out what to eat, right?
yeah.
She's saying, because I really don't even know what this, but now she's saying she doesn't know. And then as soon as I suggest something, right, then she hits me with the, oh, I don't like that place, right? Oh, that could be so frustrating. Like you
It
just
comes
said,
instinctively. It
right?
comes instinctively, though.
Yeah, instinctively. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All
So it
right.
sounds like she lacks love.
Oh.
Okay. In what way, brother?
Oh, in what
Let's
way?
entertain that.
Yeah.
Let's park there.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I was just looking up the the verse in First Corinthians about love. Love is kind. It is doesn't boast of itself. Specifically, I was looking at the verse that says, "Love does not, it keepeth no record of wrong," and that's the first thing that she does when you don't when she thinks that you haven't considered her or taken her opinion or what she wants into what you want. And what it really is a way to manipulate you. But it'll be, oh, well, hey, I love you. Well, no, you don't, because you're keeping this record of the wrongs and the slight that you believe I've done to you, so you can someday outweigh it and justify some iniquity or some vile act.
Right.
Well, I'm justified now in cussing you out because for the past 2 weeks, you didn't ask me what I wanted to eat. You just sent me the menu and said, you going here.
And when we went to Bentley's, I had a bad
Exactly.
experience, right? Okay.
As a matter of fact, you didn't let me order at Bentley's.
Yeah.
You got me a cheesecake and told me to sit in the car.
But you're right about love, because love, it goes on also to say that love doesn't seek its own, right?
Yeah.
Right. And that's the
Not
other
as-
thing
not as-
too. It's like, okay, he gave you he was kind, he gave you an option, right?
Yeah.
And you said you couldn't pick up something. You said wherever you want to go, babe. Right. So now he gives a choice, he gives an option to place. Okay, let's go there. And now that's not good for you. So he went to you at first and asked you, did you want? Then you said you deflected back to him saying that whatever you suggest. And then again, you still right.
Monica, you're making an argument about everything. Everything you make an argument about.
Yeah, I see. I
mean,
I know.
We can't even pick food without an argument.
I see. And that will turn into an argument.
Yes. We're going to argue about the argument.
Exactly. And that will turn into an argument. Wow.
You're gonna argue about the fact that he cleaned the house for you when you were sick because she wanted to do it, but she wasn't getting up to do it.
Right.
Or you're gonna argue about, hey, the chicken soup he got you, it didn't have salt in it.
Right.
It has salt. It was lukewarm.
Right.
It was so yeah.
So
but
right.
It's also the entitlement and the looking out for me, because you don't care about the effort the man made. You don't have any empathy towards him.
And he's
the fact that
taking you there.
He's paying for it with his own money.
Right.
But sister, he's supposed to do that. He's supposed to do that. That's what he's there for.
The entitlement, right? The entitlement and the selfishness, and that's the opposite of love.
Right.
And that's why I really loved our Shabbat service discussion about women having to be taught it, because it doesn't come instinctively. Not even
it doesn't come instinctively, and it just goes to show that yeah, if it's not something that is taught, like where was Eve supposed to learn it?
From Adam.
Well, Adam kind of, I guess he did.
Right.
Well,
And so
in
in a certain sense, if he's not the teacher, he is at least supposed to reinforce what true love is to his woman.
I'll give you an
I don't-
example about this one. Sorry to cut you off, but for a personal example.
And we are now officially on Shabbat's topic for tonight.
We are. But relating to this dinner one.
You see how she twisted it around? You see how
See how she gaslit us?
around, right? He threw it
She
in
literally
there, right? Now we're
gaslit
on
us.
a whole nother topic, right?
You guys are talking about the wrong thing. Let me put you all right, okay? Hold your horses.
No, go ahead, Sister D. I'm
Yeah.
messing with
Bringing
you.
back to the correct point here, the correct discussion is about yeah, my mother taught me about restaurants and how I was supposed to behave as a woman
Mhm.
when my father said as a family we're going to go out for eating. We're going to go to eat, and he would just say where we're going, right? So we'll see. He just announced this is where we're going. He didn't really give us an option. But when we went there and he asked us what we wanted to eat, I was taught by my mother in secret, you do not pick the most expensive thing. As a woman, you're supposed to pick the, the most moderate thing on the
Mhm.
menu. And she never told my brother that. So my brother would get the steak. He'd get the most expensive thing, and Dad was so proud of him. And
Yeah.
my mom and I would get the most moderate thing. And she would tell me never to complain about it. This is all what he wants, and this is what Dad likes. And we would be trained. I was trained to appreciate the fact that he took us to the restaurant and paid for us, right?
Mm.
And treated us on that particular, and did it quite often. And I think Dad did it quite often because we were very appreciative of it. But the difference between how she trained me and how she trained my brother was something about love there, because love is not selfish. So I was taking joy in the fact that even my brother got to eat what he wanted to eat, but I was not allowed to take that advantage over my father
Mm.
like my brother did. So I'm just
Wow. Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Can you say that again for all of the women?
No, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying that this is how we get trained. That we don't instinctively get
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
And I appreciate my
Yeah.
mother for these
Yeah.
things.
But it
if I
was
didn't
something.
have
It was
that,
something that was taught, definitely.
yeah,
And yeah, and you're able to recall that right today. That
yeah,
that was something that you were taught, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes a
But now I'm online hearing about all these women going there and going on dates and demanding 5-star restaurants and
You
eating,
made me. Yeah, you made me think of
making
one.
the bill go so high and
You made me think of one. Hold on a second. Let's take another video break.
Okay.
Another
All right,
video
hold
break.
on. Yeah, another video break. Hold on a second. Another
Why are you
video.
pulling up? It made me think about Sister Deborah's video today. How the
Mhm.
woman was saying, she was saying,
really something else.
right? She was like, "Yeah, sis, you the blessing. He watching you eat from your
Your favor is coming
yeah,
from him. Yeah.
your,
Mhm.
your favor, your favor was your favor unto him." Meanwhile, he get promoted and stuff like that. I was like, wow.
The arrogance, eh? The arrogance of what? Oh wow,
You could
yeah.
tell she orders the big steak at dinner,
Yep.
She did.
even bigger than him.
Yep. Yeah. Talk about ungrateful. Let's
Mm.
look at this one right here.
What kind of house don't have no driveway?
What you mean? Look, it got steps and everything.
These steps not even.
Let me make sure I got it from the beginning.
What
Good
kind of house
audio,
don't have
by
no driveway?
What
Yeah.
you mean? Look, it got steps and everything.
These steps not even.
What is you talking about? Like, why are you being like that?
Cause it's not. I'm not living
Like, I do
here.
something
I
for
can't live here.
it's for us. I do something for us. And then that's how you mean like that?
First of all, why you recording me?
What you mean? I'm recording this
Why are
moment.
you
This is supposed to be a
recording me?
beautiful moment.
It's not a beautiful moment no more. Cause
Right.
I'm not living here. I don't like this. Like, who's supposed to be standing on this side?
Man, that's us. You can have your family if you want your cousin to come through.
Who are you
What
crying?
you boy, you gonna disrespect me like that?
This a real man would not get me no house like this.
Oh, for real?
I would rather stay in a condo.
Look, the condo is not enough space. We need more room.
I don't like this.
What you mean? What you mean?
Look at the roof. Like,
What's
I
wrong
can't.
with
No,
that? Look, let's come up. Look, come here. Come over here to the side. Look.
Yeah, she done hit like about 3 of those red foxes that
Oh
we-
yeah.
Oh,
Exact
fuck.
same things we were just talking about.
The entitlement.
The
I gotta
entitlement.
stay
The entitled,
condo.
the disrespect, right?
Mm.
Right? Yeah, the disrespect. Yeah, and I'm recording this because I thought this was gonna be a special moment. Like, this is not a special moment. Like, wow.
He buys her a house.
Right. But it's
Wow.
because it's not the kind of house. It doesn't have a driveway. First of
It's
all,
not what she wanted, but she
Right.
didn't
You
have
can
the
put a
option,
driveway.
right? He didn't
It's no-
involve her in it.
maybe she couldn't buy herself a house. She didn't buy herself a house, obviously, right? Ooh, ungratefulness, right?
But
Right.
don't you guys get that complaint that you can never do anything right? Like a woman
Yeah.
will always have
Right.
that
Right.
something
Right.
else that she doesn't want about.
Right. Which leads to the next question. Thank you, Sister D. For what is it? What is it when men can do all that he can do? When a man can do all that he can do for a woman, time wise, financially, etc., and it seems it's never enough.
Because we're consumers,
Consumers.
never satisfied consumers.
Ladies in the chat room, do you concur with that? Would you say that many women, the modern women today are consumers, right? And so therefore there's difficulty in terms of being grateful.
Or
Or do you feel
satisfied.
different?
I
Or
think that's
not satisfied, right? Because
not
that's really
satisfied.
what
Yeah.
she's not satisfied, so it's
It's
not like
never enough.
he bought her this house to surprise her with, right? So obviously he did this without her knowing, right?
Mhm.
And she's not. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
No, I was gonna ask Brother Mike, do you mind if I share my screen real quick?
Sure, do your thing, brother.
So here's the perfect solution, guys. When she acts like that, and you don't even have to wait, man. You don't have to wait, to get to the point in the video here.
Is it a bag of snacks?
Nah,
Is
you
it a
just
bag
hit
of snacks?
you just hit one of these right here. Go ahead,
What is
just
that?
disappear. Check the deuces up and disappear.
What is this?
Hit it with
You
one
do
of
this
those
and you
the
disappear.
first time.
Disappear. Like,
Yep, just disappear. Check the deuces up, man.
out of here. Out of here.
Yep, that's
Can
all
Can
you
you
gotta
catch?
do.
Can you catch it early, though, Brother Mike? Can you catch these things early in a relationship?
Yes, because obviously he's been doing things to try to please this woman. It appears to me. I don't know what you guys think. Does it appear
He
that
definitely is.
he's been obviously trying to please this woman? This is not the first thing that she was not satisfied with. This is not the first thing that it wasn't enough, right? That's what I suspect. I don't know. What do you guys say in the chat? Do you think in this, looking at this relationship, how she felt comfortable on camera? I might add, right? Dissing him, right?
Oh, that's bad.
He called him boy.
That is never let that fly either. I don't know if
Called him
that's on your
boy.
list, but when women, wow.
Yes. You gonna read that, Brother Jay?
Yep, the feminist movement from Ali Cyrus. The feminist movement has ruined women. They do not know how to respect a man because they think the world owes
them. Oh, yes.
I was pondering something today, and it hit me when I was watching Sister D's video. I was like, you know what? I don't think women are taught the 3 A's.
What's the 3 A's, Brother Jay? Help us out.
Acceptance, accountability, and apology. Accept what you did. You got to understand that you have to be held accountable, and that there are consequences to your actions. Then you have to learn how to apologize for that.
Right. Exactly.
Never taught the 3 A's.
Right. Ali says she's too comfortable being disrespectful to her husband. Exactly.
Yeah, it is
comfortable.
Yeah.
Too comfortable.
You can clearly tell that their relationship has been him idolizing her. For him to do all that for her, look at how she was dressed in the video.
Yeah.
That's not a modest woman right there.
Right.
And in order to keep a woman like that around, you have to pedestalize her and spend on her.
Yes. And that's the purpose of it. That's the purpose of,
and that's where you'll never win because there'll never be enough. You'll never spend enough.
Yeah. Exactly. You guys are on fire.
But just like Brother said, I mean, it's about accountability, and we don't appreciate you if you can see those little things in the beginning, the lack of appreciation. Like when a woman says she can't even go on a coffee date, like even in the beginning, she's offended by all those little things. To me, that's a red flag right away. Because even if you give her more of your time and more of your money,
right,
would it be any better?
Would it be any better? No, I don't think so. Do
you guys remember those wishing wells growing up? You go in the fountain,
remember,
no quarter. That's exactly what it is. You just throwing quarters in.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
you're going to get what you want one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just her accepting
Exactly. Exactly. Let's look at another clip. Sadia.
The number one trait of a good woman is she's naturally grateful. Where a lot of men get it wrong is they attach to ungrateful women and entitled women. And the reason they attach to that is because there's an ego boost in trying to get the ungrateful woman to appreciate what you've done because you feel like you've actually earned something. It's an ego boost. Like if a woman is naturally grateful, you don't have to do a lot to impress her. But an ungrateful, entitled woman, you have to do more. So men end up investing more in the entitled woman because she takes more for her to crack a smile. So they end up investing in the wrong women all the time. But in a woman that is naturally grateful, what will happen is that sense of appreciation will always be there. And when a man is appreciated, what it does is it acts as fuel for working harder in the future, but it also acts as a barrier for infidelity. When you feel like your woman is grateful for what you do for her, it acts as a natural barrier for infidelity. Whereas when she's ungrateful, you'll keep trying. And firstly, you can never please an ungrateful person. So you're just wasted effort. And eventually you'll start to think, why am I trying? I might as well be with somebody else, or I might as well do something else. But usually you're too scared to walk away. So you end up being unfaithful.
What do you think of Dr. Sadia on that one?
I agree with her not being that women will never be satisfied. I don't know if I agree with the last statement that she made because I know her stance about
prescriptive monogamy.
Yeah, and she's really afraid of that. So I think that even if the man was grateful or ungrateful makes no difference between whether or not he wants another wife. That's irrelevant. Yeah.
But keeping it on that last point again of what she said now, okay, because we share a different perspective here about polygyny. This is what can lead a lot of men to want an additional wife, right?
Interesting.
Right? This can lead you. If a woman wants to be the one and only, this can lead a lot of men to being open to the idea of biblical polygyny, right? And one day coming to his woman and saying, listen, I need another woman. Or he just starts dealing with another woman to her point, right? Without her even knowing.
That's true because you're treating him this way. You're
treating him this way because we talked about this on Shabbat. So that high need that a man needs from his woman is what? Respect, reverence, right? Honor, right? And when he's it's in the Bible, right?
No, but also didn't Paul warn us that like even between us boasting about the like being grateful that we've been grafted into the vine and don't take it for granted?
Yeah, you're talking about Romans 11, I believe. Let's look that one up. That's a good one. I'm
gonna grab this comment in the meantime.
Yeah, grab that comment while I do that, bro. Appreciate you.
Miss Ali back with us again. She's saying women are no longer taught headship and the proper dynamic that you respect him and he loves you like Christ loves the church. I tell my husband daily that I'm grateful for what he does, and that goes a long way, sister. I can tell you that.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's 12 block.
And appreciate you chiming in.
Yes, thank you. Definitely. Yeah, so we take it for granted that we even have a husband. We take it for granted that we even have somebody looking out for us and caring for us.
The amount of people that I've had a conversation with that just believe they'll go out and get another one. And this isn't no social media anything. These are live conversations, conversations with women where they have 80% and they'll leave the 80% to go get the 20%.
Right.
Just because it's good D. And that's all it is.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
A good D and the illusion. He has a nice car and things like that.
Right.
And when I asked, I'm like, so if that's all he's offering, like the most you can hope to get from anybody is 80% of what you want.
Which is
never 100%. Exactly. It's a whole lot. It's more than 50% of what you want.
Just
make it run.
Right. Did you do the last one here? JTOA?
JTOA. And Shalom.
Shalom
says-
to you, Josh.
He says a lot of men gravitate towards something that challenges them. Yeah. But
Yeah.
don't understand continuing to be challenged by a woman is not something to strive for.
I don't know. There's a fine line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine line. There's a fine line.
But you also have to look at the dynamic.
Yeah.
Over 50% of homes are there's no father. They're headless homes. So the only authority is the woman. So what are they always striving to do? That they're shown at a young age that they have to constantly strive
Yes.
for her approval, and that
Right.
carries over in adulthood into
Yes.
finding a woman where they always have to do
Yes.
that for.
Yes. And that's what right. And that's what more and more, the more and more single parent households that are led by women, that's the picture, that's the image, right? That's the standard that's being presented to them, right? That if you want to have a good woman, if you want to keep a good woman, you got to chase her.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like you did mama's approval all those years.
Exactly.
And that's why it never stops. Because
it never stops,
trained
right?
like that.
Because you was trained to be a mama's boy, right?
Wow.
Right. And you weren't weaned like how Isaac was, right?
Yeah.
So, right. So this passage here, right, is Romans 11:13. And it reads, but I am speaking to you who are Gentiles, and as much then as I am an apostle of Gentiles, I magnify my ministry. If somehow I might move to jealousy my fellow countrymen and save some of them, for if their rejection, right, they rejected the gospel, is in the reconciliation of the world, what will their acceptance be but life from the dead? So as a result of Israel rejection, Paul's ministry was to be sent to the Gentiles, right? They rejected the ministry or the gospel message from Paul. Paul got the revelation to go to the Gentiles, which is what Yeshua initially gave him at the on the road to Damascus. He told him, when he had that encounter with him, that he was sending him to the Gentiles. Right. So he says here's in the 16th verse, if the first piece of dough is holy, the lump is also. And if the root is holy, the branches are too. But if some of the branches were broken off, talking about Israel, and you being a wild olive, right, coming from another plant, another tree, were grafted in among them and became partaker with them of the rich root of the olive tree. He says to do not be arrogant toward the branches. So don't be arrogant towards the branches that were cut out, which was Israel, right? But if you are arrogant, remember that it is not you who supports the root, but the root supports you. Right? So you're coming off the heels of Israel, right? So you cannot be arrogant towards them because they've been rejected, right? For a time because of their rejection of the Messiah. And so he says, you will say then branches were broken off so that I might be grafted in. Quite right. They were broken off for their unbelief, but you stand by your faith. Do not be conceited. Don't be arrogant, but fair. For if Yah did not spare the natural branches, he will not spare you either.
Now that is a reverent fear.
So my sisters, becoming arrogant can really not take you too far, right? It can only take you but so far, right? He might chase you for some time, but in the end, you don't always get everything that you want. It's impossible for you to get everything that you want.
Yeah.
100%, you're gonna wind up stalking his social media and crying.
Yeah, at some point you're gonna stop getting the same amount of likes, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but also I think we have
That's
the
gonna
sense of also that man needs us more than we need them, and so we get this like he'll never dump me, he'll never leave me, and
right,
and like that whole thing about what Paul was saying. This thing that you will never be cut off. Like he'll put up with all my nonsense and he'll never cut me off.
Exactly. I'm a baddie. I just go and get me another man, right? I can go look at all of this. Deborah, you don't see all of this.
You're just dusty.
He can't resist this.
No, yeah, that's oh wow. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, he will never leave this.
Yeah, all of
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's
Mhm.
Ali Sire says
Mhm.
I'm in polygyny as well as a wife.
Okay.
Ephesians 5. Wives, submit to your husbands. Exactly. Sister.
Mm.
Be careful. Be
Exactly.
careful, Miss Alice. They they got pitchforks. They trying to
Yeah.
burn y'all, man. They trying to burn y'all for that biblical truth.
Yeah,
Especially
standing
other
up.
sisters standing up for it. We need to stand up and
Thank you,
encourage other
sis.
sisters.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
truly, I appreciate you. Appreciate you putting that out there for us.
Mhm.
Hey, thank you. It tells us that not only are we not alone in this truth, but that Yah is bringing it to the forefront.
Right.
Mhm.
He's
Exactly.
forcing these people that don't want to look at it to look at it, and that's
To look
exactly
at
what
it.
the truth does.
Exactly.
Because the
The
truth
truth-
is reality.
Yes, Sister Ali, know that you are a light in this
Mhm.
dark ages, in this dark time, this dark generation. You're needed. Don't, as Yeshua said, don't cover it under a bushel.
Don't yes,
Yeah.
amen.
Put it
amen.
out so everybody can see.
Yeah.
Let that light shine. Let that light shine. She said another comment.
But I think that thank you for saying
Yeah,
that,
oh, how I
sister.
know.
But yeah. But when we stand up for polygyny, we also like the whole concept of having more than one wife in a man's household humbles a woman to this point that we know that we have to behave ourselves. Because if
Exactly.
the first wife is very appreciative, and
Exactly.
the third one is appreciative, and you're the only one that's arrogant,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yes.
risk being cut off for real.
Exactly.
Or,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
He
Okay,
doesn't depend only on you.
Exactly. It's not all about you, boo. Right.
Uh-huh.
All right. So we're going to enlarge this.
Mhm.
Let me command plus. So we could see Sister D's call for wisdom's principles that she gave to us, right? These are 10 small foxes women use to destroy their homes. Brother Jay, would you be so kind to, or Sister D, would you be so kind to read them for us, and then you can kind of give us what made you think, what brought you to the conclusion of each one of these foxes?
Well, I think first we have to ask your permission, right, Sister D?
Yes, my dear.
Before we go into this.
Yeah, because I don't want a copyright strike.
Right.
Right. Oh my goodness, you're funny.
you know these big time YouTube channels,
you
man,
know what
they
I mean?
like to hit you for anything.
What I'm saying? She already blesses us coming in from that studio that she got over there, state of the art technology,
we on her time
glowing
tonight.
and everything. You know what I'm saying? She got
we
the
on her time
shadow
tonight.
casting.
Okay. Moving on. Moving on. It's the rolling of the eyes, which I'm just doing because I know you guys are funny. But when women start rolling their eyes a little bit too much for you, and they're doing it in a sarcastic way, we begin to see with contempt.
So, do you think that heifer in that video that was unappreciative of that house that she just got, right? Was she rolling her eyes? Did anybody catch a rolling of the eye in that video?
I caught the neck. That's
the neck. She had the neck going.
Whipping.
But let's say you were talking with the fellas and she overheard a conversation and she rolled her eyes, right? A lot of men will put it up for 1 time, 2 times, but you'll see a consistent pattern of women not saying anything, but doing the facial expressions
and all of that disrespect.
So it's very
condescending, kind of like how Hagar looked at Sarah.
Yes,
I got the baby and you don't.
Yes. Yeah, we have a saying in the Caribbean, we could say cut flash. You kind of like you have the attitude and you have the winks and you have the smirks, and men can at first think it's cute, and you have to be careful about how that turns into disrespect. Not saying anything.
Yeah.
And then the other one was I told you so, and that's again the fastest way to end an argument and make a man hate talking to you because you got to rub it in.
And even just so far, you can really even see how just these two, you can see how small they can appear to be. Like, okay, she just feeling a kind of a way, and a man can make the mistake of just not paying attention to it or letting it fly. right?
Mhm.
Shrug it off, right? As she'll blow off on that, like it's not a biggie.
Mhm.
But if this becomes repetitive, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Again, what is it doing? What do you guys think that this is doing inside of her mind? Just these first two, that if it's allowed, if it's permitted, if it's not checked, right? What can it do inside her psyche over time?
Put her over him in her head. So
Mm.
over time, actually, when she first does this, these are little ways to inch her above him as far as authority wise and within the household or within that relationship. And
Right.
doing this places him in her mind and in her totem pole for her house, for the household, at lower than her. So that means that she has rule. Because
Right.
it's all about power.
Right. What were you gonna say, Sister D?
No, tell me. I mean, I wrote it. So what do you
Oh,
think?
you are. Okay, yeah. I'm getting quizzed. I'm getting quizzed.
She knows what she does.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I picture, I visualize it as a jab, right?
Yeah.
You're throwing that jab out there, right?
Mhm.
And the jab is, in many ways, you're measuring the person. You're measuring the person. You're measuring their defenses, right? And you're also setting them up, right, for the element of surprise, right? Of attacking them with a punch, right? And so that's kind of like what it reminds you of. It's like she's feeling him out. She's doing these little subtle disrespectful things, right? And she sees that, okay, she's doing it, and he ain't flinching like the other dude did that probably threw her down a pair of stairs, a set of stairs, right? He ain't do nothing with it, right?
Yeah,
And so,
yeah.
so he,
Yeah.
so she feel, oh, I got one here, right?
Mhm,
And what is
mhm.
she doing? She's emboldening her. She's been
Yeah.
gaining confidence
Yes,
in her
exactly.
disrespectful mindset towards him, right?
Mhm.
And then there's this giant that the small fox becomes this big giant, right?
Mhm.
And that's what I see going on, just with the little subtle things if they're not put in check. And these are just two, but you got 10 here.
Got 10. But yeah, I told you so. And if a woman keeps on having to tell you that, that's really
I
bad.
told you so. Right.
It's like, I know better than you, and you
Right.
don't listen to me. You silly
Right.
man. You don't listen to
Right.
me.
Right.
Right. And even if she doesn't say it, she can also look at, like, with that little face in her head.
Yeah, we got a
Yeah.
comment that just came in.
Mhm.
So Sister Ali said,
Yeah.
she says it makes her the head of the house. Yeah, in her mind. Yes, it
Does
does.
in her mind, right? I run things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
my foot
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome.
Oh,
Yes.
Shalom Market.
Shalom, Market Lines. Blessings to you.
She's
Yeah.
watching from South Africa, 5:30 a.m. They're here while preparing for
Wow.
work.
Wow.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you being up
Thank you
early
so
with us
much.
on your time.
Thank you for rocking with us.
While it's
So
5 a.m.
there,
for you. Go ahead, sister.
yeah. So we're going to
5:30.
continue. Number 3, it's weaponizing affection, and that's when
Mm.
women will withhold physical affection,
Yeah.
and it starts small before it moves to the extreme of a sexless marriage
And you know,
altogether.
I never really thought of that too. I always thought of it was just she went straight to just withholding sex, but it's in actuality, it's other. What are other types of affection which she would hold?
Kisses, cuddles, hugs.
Kisses.
Especially when she's upset with you, she will withhold her presence, like, ooh, I don't want you to touch me, like, don't touch me, don't hug me. And it doesn't just go straight to the withholding of sex. That's where a lot of men, like when they beginning, when they were dating or courting the woman, they got a lot of physical, pats on the back and hands on the lap and a rub. But as a woman starts contempting you, like not disrespecting you, she doesn't want you to touch her anymore.
Right.
Not even in public, like not even outside of the bedroom does she want you to be effeminate anymore.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. No, I can see that. I can see that could be a very big problem. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you shouldn't take it lightly when that
No.
decreases.
Yeah. Not at all.
relationship.
Like, yo, come here, woman. Yo, you better come wrap your arms around me, girl.
Yeah. Actually, that's a very good come on for a woman too, is when a man ignores her moods and just grabs her and gives her a hug.
Yeah.
Like,
Give her a
don't
hug.
care. Yeah, don't care. And then you're telling her, I don't care, despite your emotionality, I'm still want to be in contact with you. I'm still connecting with you. Right?
Even if he smacks her on the booty.
Oh, that's even better. You know, no, seriously, it works for women. It's a very big,
for sure,
big.
for sure.
You know, think of it like a child. When a child is having a fit, and she doesn't want the mother to pick her up, but you pick her up and you hold the baby. The baby
Yeah,
will calm down.
we'll
And
calm down.
we are
Okay,
very emotional
okay.
creatures. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So number 4, comparing him to other men, especially.
Oh man, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah,
Sister D jabbing tonight, man.
yeah, that's bad. That's a bad one right there. That's a bad one.
Yeah, but yeah.
What are some of the examples of a woman comparing her man to another man, to him?
Well, the safe one would be like to compare her to her father, which would be good. But if
Her
you're
father,
comparing,
right?
that's kind of like a safe one, but it better
Safe
be a
one.
good example. It better be
Well,
a better good example.
honey. Well, Helen's husband, he just bought her a brand new vacuum cleaner. Honey, Helen's husband, he takes her out every Saturday night.
Every Saturday night they have date night.
Mhm.
They have date night.
And
And
we
when
going
I
to
was
roof
with my
Chris?
ex, at least he did this for me.
Here's another one that kind of like, well, Pastor said, honey.
Oh, oh, you went there, right?
You remember that sermon on Sunday?
Pastor said.
Pastor. No, pastor is the ultimate. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Pastor said. Mhm.
Yeah.
Or my ex.
Mm.
My ex used to, well, my ex used to, yeah.
Yeah, but how does that make you guys feel when a woman starts doing that to you? Do you see these red flags already? Did you, or you let that pass?
Yeah, I mean, it's again like it's like she's like basically telling me that whoever it was, either their opinion, their suggestions, or whatever they did for her was better. It's better than me. She's ranking it higher than me, right? That's how that feels. Yeah.
So it belittles you.
It belittles. Yeah, it's a belittling.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Sure, no woman has never done that to Brother Jeremy.
Huh?
No,
Well, that was my life from 18 to 29. That was my life.
Wow.
Well, and just like we talked about earlier, like we grow up with the dominant parent being the mother, and we feel like we have to take it because this is how we believe.
Right.
This is just marriage. That's how you talk.
Yeah.
This is marriage,
Yeah. Well, single mothers do it in reverse. You just like your father.
Yeah, that's bad. That's really.
I remember you acting just like your father every time something bad happened. Oh, you just acting like his full name or the threats. Oh, I'm gonna drop you off at so and so's house. I'm gonna drop you off at his house. I remember those.
Yeah.
But
It was all the way
it can happen in marriage too. I mean, I've heard it in marriages. They would
Right.
tell their husband, they say that to their children even while they're married.
Yeah.
They're just like your dad.
Just like your dad.
In a
That's
negative
low.
way.
That's low. That's low.
We had a couple comments. So you want me to get them, brother?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Ali says emotional blackmail.
Emotional
as far
blackmail.
as number 3 when we was talking about that one.
Mhm.
Right now, Sister Ali says so and so's husband gives her whatever she wants. Yeah, exactly it. Exactly it.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, Market Lion says it's not that sex is adultery when she refers to her ex and compare you to her ex like it's Israel out of Egypt, but their mind is still she's still thinking about the onion and the leeks.
It is.
Oh yeah.
And she in the land of milk and honey because you the guy that's gonna put up with her.
Right. Exactly. Because that's exactly what they were doing to Moses, right? Moses, we had food to eat when we were back in Egypt, Moses. And we had plenty of water. Moses.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all said you want water? Strike this rock. Mr. Ali says the most dangerous thing you can do to someone is compare them to another man.
Yeah. It's low.
Oh, yeah.
It's low.
But we
You know,
know that, right? When we do
right,
that, and then we're trying to put you low. That's the whole point.
right.
So
And
then we, you know,
it ties back to the very first question that we did tonight, and you made that point, Sister D.
Mm,
You know, in terms of it's about a power, right?
mm,
You know, it's meant to inflict pain, right? Because it's
mhm.
really the whole intent is you don't have the physical strength, but you can use those words, right? You
Yeah,
know
Oh, yeah.
those, right?
yeah. And we get trained as a little girl about that power, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's how we fight boys.
Right. Right.
But the
Right.
constant complaining, I think we went through that in the zero appreciation. So
Yeah. Yeah.
the sixth one, overriding his leadership, aka you don't
Yeah.
know what you're doing
You don't know
syndrome.
what
Like
you're
he
doing.
never knows what he's doing. Like I don't. He just doesn't know anything. I know better. Like I know better
Right.
about health and
Yeah.
nutrition. I know better about
Yeah.
how to change the children, how to
Right.
educate my kids.
Right.
I know better
Yeah.
about everything.
Right.
Like he is
Right.
just so,
Exactly. Why are you
you know.
doing that? You know, like
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
And then again, I'll roll my eyes when you try to do it your way because it's
Mm-hmm.
never good enough. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, they're coming in. The comments are coming in, Brother Jay.
Mhm.
All right, let's see. Most dangerous thing. Sister Alex says, "Women today are more masculine than a lot."
Mhm.
Yeah, they are. They are.
It's the crap that they eat.
It's
It really is.
crazy. It's
'Cause
degeneration.
you meet a lot of vegans, that only eat, you know, only eat like the worst stuff you can possibly eat. Like it's not like they eating, you know, vegetables and things to actually replace what they're not eating. They're eating a lot of processed stuff,
Processed stuff. Right.
soy that
Right.
just
Right.
says it's vegan.
Right.
Like,
Listen, I've seen vegans with fat bellies.
I have too.
Fat bellies.
So
Yeah. Overweight. Yeah.
there's a misfire
Well,
there.
French fries is vegan.
Right.
Yeah.
That's still vegan, right?
And so's a triple whopper because it's grass fed.
You know.
Yeah. So
JTAO, Joshua Tree of Arts says the comparison. Sorry, that
Element.
comparison element can bring a man to unwanted violence towards that other man or to the accusing woman.
yeah, it can literally be, I'm using that word literally, right? Literally create it could be a dangerous situation. You're talking about small foxes that destroys the building of your home, right? So we're talking about now, and I've mentioned this before, you know, not just comparing the other, but like we saw with the woman in the video, you know, dressing like that. Like imagine if there was some guys that walked past and they made some gestures, you know, towards this man's wife, right? And if, you know, obviously he's taking that level of disrespect from her, he obviously would be the type of man like a Will Smith who's going to want to defend her honor, right?
Yeah.
He gonna go and try to slap the wrong dude that ain't Chris Rock.
Oh
You know?
boy. Oh boy.
And it could be a bad situation what it would amount to, right? So yeah, it can be very dangerous. The women don't realize oftentimes how they carry themselves, what they wear when they go out, the level of danger that they put their husbands in, they put their boyfriends in, they put their sons in, because you have sons, like you could be teenage boys that they don't like men looking at their mothers.
Oh,
Right?
that's embarrassing. It's so
embarrassing, right?
Yeah,
And so,
yeah.
you know, it could get them in fights in school, right? So it's so destructive
Yeah.
in so many ways,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And you have men literally who are in jail or dead as a result of this.
But we don't consider the way we dress as anything to do with you. Like, what does it
Right.
have to do with you?
Right.
I dress
Right.
for myself.
Right.
Oh my
Right.
goodness. That old excuse.
Yes.
It's for me. It's for
Yes.
me.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So there's some more comments, I think, brother. I don't know if we got them all.
Yes, the last one. Miss Allie says of men. All right, Miss Allie says I'm a third wife, but let a sister wife talk to my husband a certain way or roll her eyes, I will call her on it right in front of my husband. You must be the mistress. You must be the mistress of the house because you sound like you keeping him in line over there.
But we need
She's
to.
an
We need
enforcer.
to. We need to. We need to. In
Right.
a sense.
Right.
And
Right.
in a
Right.
in a righteous sense, because we want the
Right.
best for our whole household,
Right.
right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that only
Right.
works if if I don't want to say it extreme. JTOA says, "LOL, not the triple whopper."
Yeah.
And I think it's the funny thing that you go to the store and you see products of beef that says grass fed. I'm like, isn't all beef grass fed? What else are you feeding them?
No, they're grain. Majority of American beef is grain fed.
Mm.
So that's a different topic. So
Yeah.
so we're going to sarcasm, and that's another one that I find, especially now with social media and everything, a lot of people are going too far,
Ooh,
playing
yeah.
tricks on their husbands and
Mm.
being sarcastic to make them look silly, stupid.
Yeah.
And then hiding behind, oh, it's just a joke.
It was
Oh,
just a joke.
just a
It was just
prank.
a joke.
But they make the man look foolish, right?
Mm. Mm.
And that is a little thing that men like. You guys are sports within each other. You poke jabs within each other because you're on the same level again, right?
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Right. So when a man fights and wrestles with another man, that's different than
Right.
when he's doing it with a woman. It's actually unfair.
It's
But
unfair.
we should not be poking the lion
Right.
and
Exactly.
laughing,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
one day he will come back and bite you,
Right.
and it won't be
Right.
so funny. But you know, we take that for granted. So I even again, it's something that we get taught. Like my mother again told me a lot of things when I was growing up. You don't poke too many jokes, especially with your dad. Actually, don't even try with your father because he's not on your level. He can poke jokes at you. He can tease you all you want.
Right.
So
Right.
you have no right to do it back because there's some level of respect that needs to be there.
Yeah. And you know, the interesting thing too is with that
Mhm.
is like, would you poke jokes at the judge
No, exactly that. Or the king.
or the king? Would you poke judge
Your head
like
would be
right?
rolling. I mean, only the jester would have a right to do that. And even he was risking his life. It better be
He was
funny.
risking his life, and he better be fun, and he better be
You
funny.
know? He better be funny. I mean, he's
He
dead.
better be
you
funny.
know? But
It's-
even then, it was usually men, by the way. Very few women played the gesture role.
Right.
Because a man
Right.
can poke jokes of another man
Right.
safely.
Right.
know?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wow.
Yeah.
And number 8,
So taking him like he's
talking to him.
like a child,
Yeah.
talking down to him,
Talking down to him like he's
calling
a
him the
child.
boy, my boy, the boy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
gossiping about him to others, especially your girlfriends. A lot
Mhm.
of gossip, a lot of
Mhm.
chit chat,
Mhm.
and if the man overhears that and lets that go,
Yeah.
you should never let that fly, right?
No. No, because it's only going to embolden further
Mhm.
behavior in the like, right? It's not
Yeah,
going to improve itself, right?
especially if
She's
you
going to feel
break.
a sense of confidence there,
Yeah, especially she's breaking your confidentiality, things that you
right?
say
Right.
privately or you
Yeah.
did privately, and she lets
Right.
them be known
Right.
to other people.
Right. Right.
That's a big no-no, lack of
Yeah.
loyalty there.
Right.
And saying whatever and checking out.
Yeah. And checking
I
out.
want to.
Yeah,
I want to add. I want to add to that one in
yeah,
general, just dismissive terms like "I
yeah.
hear you."
Well, that's another
Something
nice one. Yeah,
to dismiss whatever you're saying.
Right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. 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 You're right. You're right. I hear what you're saying. You know, like right. Like yeah, okay.
I heard you. I heard you. You don't have to say it again.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Right. And then telling you again how much you have to say and controlling how much you should say as a
Right.
man,
Right.
because I don't want you to correct me, basically. I want you to shut up. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, we definitely gonna post a link for these and definitely put these
I
up
was thinking I would put it in a post,
in a
in the
post. Yeah.
blog, and
Okay.
I will put it on both our Call for Wisdom and
All
Dignity
right.
Forum.
Yeah.
I'll make a blog out of it for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Great. I appreciate
Mhm.
that. I appreciate that. I appreciate
Okay.
that.
Mhm.
Appreciate that. All right. So now let's close this out. Let's go back to our banners. All
Mhm.
right. We are almost there. We are almost there, guys. So we looked at it. So now, and we covered this question right here. Can you guys see how any of these small foxes could end up destroying the type of home a man is intending on building?
Oh yeah, they're like little termites.
They're like little termites, right? And if you don't, right, and if you don't address them, right, they will
Mhm.
eat your house down, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Right,
Mhm.
indeed, indeed. All right, all right. So, what effects can these small foxes have on a man seeking to build a patriarchal household? what's the devastation can this do to the man himself?
Well, it could really put him in the sense of just not wanting to build his household.
Right.
But yet build his household entirely for himself.
Mm.
And because I see it online all the time with a lot of guys. They're like, oh, I'm single and happy. No, you're not.
Right.
You're not. You're not completing the prime objective.
Yeah, they
multiply. You ain't happy.
Yeah, they've been burnt out with marriage, and I'm never going to do it again, or I'm never going. Now I'm just going to go enjoy myself, right?
Yeah, but you're not enjoying yourself because now you're missing out on that part that God put in you that you have to do. You have to fulfill that.
Right. And then you see that guy is the guy that's down in Brazil. He's in VR, right?
Hitting everything raw.
Right.
just playing Russian roulette.
Right.
And trying to act like he's just this playboy. But he's really trying to find love in the wrong places. Same thing he was doing before that got him in the situation in the first place.
Yeah. I do want to catch you guys' opinion on this video clip right here. We didn't do this one. I want to catch your opinion on this. I want to know do you think this is ever appropriate? All right, let me stop this and bring it back. Okay, here we go. Is this ever appropriate?
Ladies, let's not be fake. Let's keep it real. The reality is, even if your husband is a praying, hardworking man of God, sometimes he needs to be corrected. And being submissive does not mean that you don't correct him. I think what's important is how you correct him, and depending on the infraction, where you correct him. And there may be a time where you need to correct him in public because he's making a huge blunder. He's making a spectacle of himself, but it's in those moments.
Wait. A spectacle?
A spectacle. But it's in those it's in those moments where you don't say, oh my goodness, Mark, I can't believe you would make such a dumb move. No. That's not even how you should talk to your spouse in private.
Thank you.
And correcting your husband does not mean you're not submissive. It means you are. If I'm a helpmeet, how do I help you if I go along with everything that you say?
All right. What do you guys think of that one?
I think this guy's also confused. He's like, I'm not quite sure if she's joking or she's serious.
Yeah, I think that one was quite interesting, right? Okay, how do you take that one, right? In a way, it sounds like she's got a point, but then, all right, talk to me, guys. Talk to me. What do you? Come on, you guys out there in the chat land, right?
Heck yeah.
Does this sister have a point, or she doesn't? Right? Let me know. What do you think about what she's saying here?
Let's hit this. See, Miss Ali says small compromises lead to great disasters.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Mr. Ali also says, heck no, not my job to correct my husband. That's the role of the Holy Spirit.
Exactly.
And other brothers. And other brothers.
And notice what she said. She said the infraction. That means he has violated some rule standard that she has, right? And she called it an infraction.
Because she's the law keeper here.
Well, yeah. Well, right. From that clip, did you guys notice her tone when she came into it? She was speaking with such authority until the first time he spoke up. Then she kind of tried to, she kind of tried to backtrack or flip it,
right?
Or literally gaslight him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he wasn't expecting. I like this one because it looks really organic, and the way he was trying to hide his expressions with the cup, like the timing of drinking, was because he was trying to hide
He ain't like, hold on, let me put this sandwich down. Let me look at it. Let's see what they said in the comment section. She said,
correcting a man in public too. She's saying.
She said, you read this one, right? Heck no, not my job to correct my husband. That's the role of the Holy Spirit, right? You said that one. And then JT always says a praying wife can do a lot more than directly correcting him.
Good
Exactly.
point.
A
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And Shalom, what she said sounded good, but it was sneaky, sinister. Yes, it was. Yes, it
A
was.
little
Great.
fox.
Yes, now that is a small fox right there.
Yeah.
Indeed. Let's look at that again. Let's look at that again.
I like
Did my
that.
eyes deceive me? Hold on a second.
No, let's watch it. It's fun.
Ladies, let's not be fake. Let's keep it
We can't
real.
see it. We
The
can't see it,
reality
Brother
is,
Mike.
even if
Oh,
your
hold on a
husband is
second.
a praying,
Hold on a second.
hardworking man.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I took it off the. There we go.
Ladies, let's not be fake. Let's keep it real. The reality is, even if your husband is a praying, hardworking man of God, sometimes he needs to be corrected. And being submissive does not mean that you don't correct him. I think what's important is how you correct him, and depending on the infraction, where you correct him. And there may be a time where you need to correct him in public because he's making a huge blunder. He's making a spectacle of himself, but it's in those moments.
Wait.
You had to stop that one.
But it's in those it's in those moments where you don't say, "Oh my goodness, Mark, I can't believe you would make such a dumb move." No. That's not even how you should talk to your spouse in private.
Thank you.
And correcting your husband does not mean you're not submissive. It means you are. If I'm a helpmeet, how do I help you if I go along with everything that you say?
So she's saying that she's not going along with it.
But you made that clear, right?
She's not going that she let the cat out of the bag on that very last statement. She is not going along with it if she does not think that gets correct. What do you guys think?
You can tell by her mannerisms. Shalom, brother Manilow. He says she sounds masculine. You can tell it. You can tell in her mannerisms that she is.
Yeah. Indeed.
She's definitely one of those. She's definitely one of those little foxes. you know those people. Not that you're never going to get her on the right side. She seems like one of those people that is invested in being on social media.
Possibly, but she was married to this man. It looks like they're married, and like the beginning of the scripture that you read, she's asking in the scripture Solomon that the man captures the foxes. So you see,
Ooh, you paying attention. You paying attention. I like that. I didn't even catch that one. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what the wife is saying in the Song of Solomon. That it's really him to stop the foxes from ruining their vineyard, right? Wow, that's a good point, sister.
But is he supposed to catch the foxes and keep them in the house? Keep them in the vineyard? Catch the foxes and get them out.
Get them out, but catch them. Like he's letting us fly. Even this, he's letting fly.
He's letting it fly.
You gotta catch them.
Right. Because it's not her place to usurp authority. It's not her place to train him. He said, Paul says, I do not allow a woman, or I do not suffer a woman to teach or to have authority over a man.
Oh man.
You get what I'm saying? So correcting is teaching. When you teach someone, you're correct. So the older women are there to teach the younger women. They're there to correct them, right? But the older women are not there to teach them, not even the young men.
No.
Maybe their sons, but not the young men. Right? Right. Wow.
Yeah, but it's so tempting, and again, it's a power trip because
you know what's right, and it's not that the woman doesn't authentically know what's right. It's the temptation of crossing that line where you're not supposed to go, and that's the thing. Like the apostles made it clear that the teaching of men is supposed to come from other men, not from women. Right. Wow.
And I guess Paul was also checking the foxes, like even by saying that.
Exactly.
Putting this in check,
Yes.
Paul let him have it in those letters, man. Like that's why some people like to dismiss him, because Paul he was straight to the point. You wrong,
right?
You wrong. Now let me explain why.
Yes, yes. So that brings us to this question: what scriptures come to mind that teaches that a man must be on guard for such foxes? And that's the one I just said first. I think that's First Timothy 2, right? That not to allow or permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man. What will be some of the other ones, right? Obviously, our text for tonight, right? That's Song of Solomon 2:15, right? What would be another text that comes to mind?
Maybe it's not totally related, but it's very similar. But the leaven that spoils the whole lump, with the little bit of yeast that increases and rises, and Yeshua had that parable.
Right. So,
We're
and
talking
the
about
yeast would be
hypocrisy then.
the hypocrisy, the false
Yeah.
teachings, right?
Yeah.
And it will destroy the whole congregation, right? It will destroy the whole congregation, right?
Because it spreads, right?
Speaking of that, matter of fact, let's look at some passages. Being that we're talking about passages, let's look at some passages here that connect. Let me go back. My screen is too big.
Brother Jeremy, what were you saying?
Well, two verses came to mind, but I want to knock these comments out real quick. So Sister Alice says, definitely not in public. My husband would lose his mind. None of that. Hawk out. Sister soon to be married Eden says, is there a second witness in the scripture to Paul's comments about women? Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. All right. So he okay, you said another one. That was it.
Oh, it would be this one, yeah. Joshua says people love to use Paul's words, but conveniently skip that verse.
Yes.
They conveniently do a lot of things, Joshua.
A lot of things, right? Exactly. They even put words in Paul's mouth, right?
Exactly.
All right. So the text tonight is okay. Let me go. You guys are not seeing it. I caught myself this time. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So the text tonight is this one right here. Song of Solomon 2:15. Catch the foxes for us, the little foxes that are ruining the vineyards, while our vineyards are in blossom. Right. So I'm gonna go down and look at some cross-reference scriptures. Ezekiel 13:4. O Israel, your prophets has been like foxes among ruins. You have not gone up on that's 13:5. You have not gone up in the breaches, nor did you build a wall around the house of Israel to stand in battle on the day of Yahweh. Go. I'm going to read the whole thing. Okay, here's me shoot to Yeshua. And he said to them, go tell that fox, behold, I cast out demons and perform cures. He's talking about Herod. And today, cures today, and tomorrow, and the third day, I reach my goal, or I will be perfected. Right? That's Yeshua talking about Herod the king was a fox, right? And we talked about, we defined this word fox, or this term, or this analogy, or this metaphor, that a fox represents something that's cunning, destructive, right? Something that if it's not dealt with, right, it will lead to utter destruction, right?
Would you say, brother, that a fox is something that comes to steal, kill, and destroy?
Yes, indeed. It's the epitome of what comes to steal, kill, and destroy.
Yeah.
Why? Because the Hasatan comes as an angel of light, right?
Yep.
He doesn't come say, I'm the devil, here I go. He don't do that, right? He comes in a way. He's gonna be pretty. He's gonna have some nice, pretty long legs, right? And
You
some
look
lipstick
cute.
and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You look cute, right? He's gonna do. That's what he's gonna do, right?
And if you in Atlanta, he might come with a grill.
It's a goatee. All right, so 2 Peter 2:1 says, for a false prophet also arose among the people, just as there will also be false teachers among you, who will secretly introduce destructive heresies, even denying the master who brought them, bringing swift destruction upon themselves. So this is a classic example of what a fox is, right? These false prophets, right? And these false teachers. Right. So here's 2 Peter 2:2. He says, many will follow their sensuality. Because of them, the way of the truth will be maligned. And in their greed, they will exploit you with false words. Their judgment from a long ago is not idle. In their destruction is not sleep. And Revelations 2:2 says, I know your deeds and your toil and perseverance, and that you cannot tolerate evil men, and you do put to test those who call themselves apostles, yet they are not. And you found them to be false. Right. All right. So we can stop right there. Go back out. So you guys get the point that, this concept of fox really has to deal with something that's cunning, deceptive, and ultimately destructive. Right. That's the ultimate objection of the enemy by using these things. Right.
And in Revelations, it's just she shows that you shouldn't tolerate it.
And that you shouldn't be tolerated. Right. Which is good observation. So that's another point. Now that's definitely a takeaway. That small foxes in and of themselves should be destroyed. Right. Rather allow them to cause destruction, they should be destroyed. Right. They should not be allowed to continue to flourish and to do what it is that they set out to do. Right.
Yeah.
So that's important. So we have some comments that just came in. The Edith says, is there a second witness in the scripture of Paul's comments about women? Shalom, everyone. Paul's comments about women.
She was talking about women being quiet in the church, and he doesn't permit a woman to have authority over a man. Is there any other sexual?
There's
other than Paul.
Other than Paul. Yeah, Peter. Right. We use that all the time. 1 Peter 3. He says in the same way, you watched, and previously he's talking about political power and authority. He's talking about a master over his slaves, right? In context. And so now he says, in the same way, you wives, be submissive to your own husbands, so that even if any of them are disobedient to the word, they may be won without a word by the behavior of their wives, as they observe your chaste, respectful behavior. So rather than her using her words to correct him, right, she should be using instead her subjectiveness, sincere subjectiveness, and the behavior that can cause him to be won over without a word. She may be in the right in terms of knowing that he's in error, but it's not her place to by her words to correct him.
So there's the second witness. That's Peter. Yeah,
it's Peter. All right. And JTOA, Joshua Tree of Arts. Want to read that, Brother Jay?
Yep. Oh yeah, we read this earlier.
He did this one already.
Yeah, people love to use Paul's words, but conveniently skip
yes.
Yeah. And I said they love to skip a lot of verses. Shalom, Brother Abraham.
Blessings to you, brother. Yeah. So okay. So now this brings us to this point here. What are we saying here? We said a lot. I didn't think we were going to get through all of this, but we said a lot. We did. We covered a lot. It covered a lot of ground tonight. What are we saying here about small foxes? That small foxes destroys the building of your home.
These foxes are crafty.
They're crafty.
And what we're saying here is that you really need to be on guard. Men, it's your house. You definitely need to be on guard. You know what's going on in your house.
Right.
Women, you also need to be on guard. You are a part of a kingdom, essentially, a man's kingdom, and in building that, it is also should be part of your duty to make sure that it stands. Right?
Yeah.
He can build it. You should really be working on maintaining it.
Yes.
And that really comes with being a helpmeet and figuring out how best your skills can suit the needs of the household. I mean, that should be what, that should be a conversation you guys have from the beginning anyway. But
yeah, indeed. I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Your guess is
Well, I'm agreeing with that too. What it hit me in this discussion is the need for us to allow the husband, the farmer, to prune us,
mm,
to let the foxes get out of his house and out of his flock. And so
yeah,
when a man points out our flaws, we like to be defensive. A lot
yes,
of times men right from the beginning will tell you you're being disrespectful, or I don't like this about you, or I don't like what you're doing, and we will be offended and we will gaslight and we will continue not allowing him to take the fox out.
right,
He sees
right,
it, but you want him to tolerate it, and no, he wants
right,
to eliminate it. So
right,
stop fighting, because we're calling for help, right? And I like
right,
that she was calling for help. Say, please
right.
help me because I can't do this on my own. Because a
Yeah,
lot of times we're the ones causing it to happen, right?
yes,
So
yes,
we need pruning, and that's why God put us husbands. The
right,
husbands are tending our
right,
flock.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, he
Mm.
did say your husband will rule over you.
But it's a good thing in that regard
Yes,
too. It's
yes,
for our
yes,
best. It's for our good, right?
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
And you can't rule without the ability to correct.
To correct.
You
Yes.
can't. You can't.
And so all these things that we mentioned about women doing that, I think we fight it, we resist it. We might agree with you, but we don't want you to change us. It's like
Mm,
unconditional love. Like, can't you just love me with all these foxes in
right.
in the home running
Yeah,
wreck?
yeah. Just pay attention to the facts that I'm foxy,
You
right?
know?
Don't mind my small foxes, but just pay attention to the fact that I'm foxy. And that's what
Yeah.
that chick in that video was doing with the shorts and all of that stuff and
Mhm.
whatnot, right? Just pay attention to that. I'm foxy, yeah, but don't pay attention to the fact that I'm calling you boy, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Ugh,
don't do that. And so as women, I think we need to allow ourselves to be molded, allow ourselves to be pruned, allow ourselves to
yeah,
be changed.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Indeed, indeed. So
Never mind the missing grapes.
the missing grape. So those of you that are listening, and those of you that are in the chat room, those of you who be looking at this in the playback, you watch the recording of this video. What do you say about this topic? Do you agree that small foxes actually destroy the building of a man's home? Do you agree that it is the man's responsibility, even what we see in the opening text, Songs of Solomon 2:15, that it's actually his wife who was appealing to him, petitioning to him, her husband, to, how would you say, prune or deal with the foxes, or to not allow the foxes, right? Sister D pointed that point out, right? So do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? That if it's not dealt with, that these can literally become problems down the road. Because if a person who is mischievous or disrespectful is not corrected, is there the potential that they can become more bold and brave and confident, right, in their disrespect, to the
Mhm.
point where it becomes so overwhelmingly obnoxious and uncontrollable, right? So yeah, definitely, definitely,
Mhm.
definitely.
Mhm.
Um, so let us know. Write a comment section. Let us know. Those of you in the chat, definitely. Let us know your thoughts. What do you say about this topic? Right. I'd love to hear what you say. And so with that being said, we're gonna do some announcements. And we got one comment that just popped in here, and this brother Manilow says, I agree. I even seen foxes ran up when my wife mentions the idea of me naming my son in the womb. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Mm.
right. You're right.
Mm.
You're right. You're
Mm.
right. Yeah, yeah. The name usually is named or upon birth, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
hey, man, I can tell you one of the best experience I had as a father is asking Yah what the name of my son was going to be.
Mm,
He was
Mm.
nameless for the first 30 hours. And then I went to
mhm.
the bathroom, went to my secret place, not the secret place, I was in the hospital at the time. So
Mm.
the only secret place I had was the
Yeah, yeah.
bathroom. It was in the room. But I asked him
Mm.
what the name would be. And I closed my eyes, I was praying real hard. And I remember seeing this vision just as Jacob had, angels descending and descending on this ladder. And then I heard Michael, and I was like, okay, that's it. Let's go.
Nice.
Nice. That's beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Yeah. So, we for our announcements tonight, really basically we don't have Shabbat morning Bible dig this week, but we'll have it the following week because we do that bi-weekly. So, and we are that turned into a series what we just did this previous Shabbat the other day. And we've been on the topic if he's commanded to love while she must be taught to. And it definitely turned into a very good, enriched and interesting discussion. I didn't think it was gonna amount to that much. I mean, because we didn't even scratch the surface, right?
No.
It just
Sister D be starting stuff.
Yeah, and Deborah did that too, right? You know, and you know, like how she switched the subject tonight, right? So yeah, and so yeah, that's what happened. And so just the beginning part really just led to deep discussion, and that discussion went on for 4 hours.
Yeah.
That was so fast. I didn't even realize that.
And you know, it was even beautiful to have you guys in the comment section.
Oh yeah,
in, you know, it
because
definitely like
that's yes, definitely that is a key part of it is the dialogue going on in the comment section. Thank you guys that were a part of that conversation the other day. But yeah, he's commanded to love while she must be taught to. So if you didn't see the stream for this previous Shabbat 2 days ago, definitely go back on the channel on the live tab and go look at that video. And so it looked like we finished this one tonight. So I guess the topic for next week, Masculinity Monday, is gonna have to be announced. I'll definitely do my best to put the stream together, the link together over the week. And that's really you guys have any announcements, anything like that you could think of? Anything that you guys are doing on your channel?
Well, yeah, I'm doing some more reviews, so I welcome to women or brothers who have any interesting things you'd like me to review. You can always send it through my email or drop a note on the chat.
Yeah,
I will take a look at them. So yeah, and looking forward to doing that.
All right. So yeah, her channel is Call for Wisdom. So you could go on over. If you have never seen her channel, and we encourage you highly, right, to go on over, get some of that Call for Wisdom, right? Like, subscribe, and do share, right? And yeah, so Brother Jay, what you got going on over there?
I just kind of want to piggyback off what you're saying. If you're going over to Sister D's channel, one, definitely always be respectful. And two, go over there with your big girl panties on. All right. Her channel is not for the weak.
And it is geared for the sisters. It's geared for
the sisters. Yeah.
So so yeah, definitely going over there. So brother Jay, what you got going on over at the Word of the Sword, man?
Oh, I have nothing going on. I tell you, I'll be trying to walk away as fast as possible.
Okay.
You
does have a great body of content.
He does
on his channel. So definitely going
recently,
over there.
Are you done? Are you done with your series about prayer? Prayer?
Was it about? No, it wasn't about prayer.
Witchcraft in the churches or something like that? Wasn't it either?
Oh no. I mean, those videos are still coming out.
Okay.
It's just the last it's just this last part. It's trying to formulate it and get it down because it's so much I want to hit on this last part. That's
we might have to drag you over to Call for Wisdom, just you and I and Jeremy and
just create some content.
Bring him over here and we'll have a little reviews with him. It'll be really nice.
Create some content.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those videos are funny, man. Like I said, I was laughing my behind off today.
Yeah, she is quite comical, right?
I mean, it's just like it's just the videos itself, and then Sister D knows Torah, because she be over here chilling on Brother Mike's channel, digging in the Word.
Well, we are learning together, and I love being here on Brother Mike's channel. Thank you so much for teaching us today, Brother Michael. And
to y'all be the glory. To y'all be the glory. We taught each other. Brother Market Lion says, "I will bring my wife here." Thanks.
Appreciate it.
He says, "I'll introduce my woman to this channel." And thanks.
Good.
You got it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So in terms of the banner, and definitely he's not with us here tonight, but our brother Noah. You can go on over to his channel, Tree of the Field, right? Like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share the link to his channel. He has another good body of work, good catalog he's putting together. He started a few months back, and he's putting in the work over there. So going on over there and check out our brother Noah. All right. And so
Noah's nicknamed the pastor, in case you guys
Pastor
you
Noah.
guys go over there, you know. In case you guys go over there, you gotta understand. You know, he be over there in the pool pit with, you know, with the white rag and stuff. he be going in.
Yeah, no, but that's good. That's good. Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, this was a great show tonight. Thank you all. Thank you, my brother and my sister here on the panel with me, and all of you there in the chat tonight. Thank you. If you got something out of this, let us know. Just chat one or wave a hand emoji or what have you. If you got something out of this content tonight, definitely do not forget to like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Definitely help us out here. We don't charge a fee, but you know, we do ask that you do give us a like, right? Yeah. We got another comment came in, Brother Jay.
Hallelujah. All praise be to the Most High, yeah. Shalom, Brother Sheldon. Says, Brother Jay,
Shalom, brother.
I had the same experience with my son. Named him on the way to the hospital. Hey, you did on name the hospital, like he came out. You know, but all praise to the Most High, Yah, for that, man. Like when us as men trust in Yah and He leads our lives, it's all about His timing.
Yeah.
Whether the baby's coming or the baby's not there, you know.
Yeah.
He's going to do it because His timing, as we all know, is perfect. So all praise the Most High.
Amen.
Yeah.
God is good.
Sister Ivory Hart says, deeply grateful to realize all the foxes needs to be watched out. They say helped as often to see further nuances of own flaws, a bitter pill to swallow, humbling and healing. Well, that's what the word is about. Like, it's to understand that we're not perfect. You know, we're not Yeshua. We have flaws, we have sin, we have wrinkles that need to be ironed out, and then that's what the word does. And especially when you get in the community with with brothers and sisters that who touch and agree with you, there the Father is in the midst, and His ruach doesn't play. If you read the word, Yeshua doesn't play. His Holy Spirit doesn't play either, especially when it comes to this truth.
Right. So to all of you who have a green thumb. When a plant, right, a vine is pruned, does it hurt the vine to be pruned?
Or is it healthy?
It hurts, but it definitely thrives after.
Makes it more healthier. Exactly. So yeah. So what does that mean? That there's a painful process to getting better and healthier, growing, right? Even growing pains, right? Real experience, right? So you don't become fit, in the gym without experiencing some pain, right? Even the first workout, you're gonna have some soreness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some days, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it comes with pain because everything in this world, as we see from the very beginning, and I learned this from Dr. Myron Golden. I can't take the credit for this one. There's the law of inertia, right? From the beginning of creation, the scripture says, and Yah said, "Let there be light," and the spirit of Yah moved upon the face of the deep. Right. So it lets us know that the earth was without form and void upon first creation, which meant that it wasn't in the order in which we see today.
Yeah.
There was a process that needed to undergo in order to shape it and to make it and to develop it to all of this beauty and splendor that we see today. Right. And so everything that we create, right, because He's the creator, but He created us after His image and His likeness. right?
Mhm.
Everything that we go to create, everything that we go to build, whether it's I want to build better health for myself, right? It's going to involve me reshaping what
Mhm.
exists, right? Without
Yep.
form and void. And it's going to be painful,
Mhm.
right? And that's why when you could begin things, you
Mhm.
know, whatever it is, it could be in a business, a ministry, a relationship, like you're going to have those pains in the
Mhm.
beginning, right?
Growing pains. Yeah.
Exactly, that you're going to have to develop through in
Yeah.
order to build the momentum. Once you
Yeah.
build the momentum,
It
right,
becomes easier.
it
Yeah.
becomes easier, right?
Yeah.
So it's the inertia that you have to fight through.
The
Inertia
initial
is
nurture is
that
the
state,
worst.
right? It's
Yeah.
that physical state where
Yeah.
you don't have inertia, is the extreme state where you don't have momentum.
Mm.
Momentum is the state that you get into that pretty much it's effortless, right? Once you get that thing
Mhm.
going, right?
That's
And so
yeah.
that's how it is, and that's with these small foxes. It's
Mhm.
about Yah allows those things to pop up in our homes, in our relationships, right? In our
Mhm.
marriages, right? For us to work through them. They don't mean that it's a disaster. They don't mean that it means bail out, give up, quit, throw in the towel. No, it means that you gotta, it means like, yo, you see her rolling her eyes, say something,
Mhm. Right away. Yeah.
check it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Nip it in the bud, as they say.
Yeah, check it. You know, you gotta say something. Don't be afraid of confrontation. You know,
Mhm.
because if not, she gonna walk all over you with some
Mm.
high heels on.
That fox is going to grow. That's what
And
we're
that
going to have.
hurt
But
That's
we will benefit from it. You know, that's another thing. This is all good at the end.
Yes,
It's not for our evil. It's for good, right?
yes, yes, yes.
So when you check
And
a woman, it's women like to say that you don't love me, like you're trying to change me. You're always trying to
no,
change me.
no. Yeah, Dr.
Mhm.
Tarabin, that's what he says. He says that,
Mhm.
you know, what keeps a woman attracted to the man is for him to disappoint her.
That's good.
Mhm.
That's
Right?
good.
Remember that one? To
Mhm.
disappoint
Mhm.
her. But when
Mm.
you give her everything that she wants, she loses trust
Yeah.
in you,
Yeah.
confidence in you, respecting you, right? And she has no longer has a desire for you. But the
Yeah.
guy that you know, we all know the guy that always got the girls was the rough guys, the dude that treat them rough and rugged,
The
you
dude that didn't
know,
have ish to give.
breaking it
That's what it
hard,
is.
everything,
Yeah.
right? Those were the guys that they just for
Flock
head over
towards.
heels for,
I
right?
know. I
Right?
know.
Because he
Mm.
represents strength. He
Yes.
represents something that she can't control. If she
Yeah.
feels that she can control you, she's no longer drawn to you.
No. Yeah.
So you gotta disappoint her. You gotta put it in check. You gotta let her like,
Mm.
no, I don't care. That's just not gonna happen. Like we can go our separate ways if you like. The
Mhm.
door's right there.
Yeah, just
Mhm.
remember
Gotta
that
let
meme
her
I
know
put
that
up.
you are not afraid to let it go. But
Mhm.
if you show that you're afraid of her walking away, you understand,
Mhm.
you'll accept her calling you boy, you know,
Oh,
and disrespecting you, you know, and rolling
yeah.
her eyes and all. You'll accept that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but this is a heartfelt one.
This is, but it was good. It's
Yeah,
good.
it's
I
all.
enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I learned myself, and it was good.
Yeah, I learned some things too. I got some observation about the text I didn't really even consider. Yeah, thank you, Sister D.
Mhm.
Yes, good stuff.
Mhm.
Good stuff. Well, I had a good time. I pray that you all did as well. Brother Jay, would you be so kind to close us out with a word of prayer?
Sure. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, and we forgive our debtors, and lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Father Yah, we thank you for bringing us together tonight. We thank you for allowing your ruach to flow through us, especially in this conversation. For those that need to hear it, those of us that are joining us on the live, and those that will catch it on the replay. We truly praise your holy name, especially for the conversation that we had with our viewers tonight, and then those guys were chiming in and adding in, and man, I got full tonight, Father, and I thank you so much, Lord, and I bless you, Father. Before we go, I do want to pray and ask, Lord, that you cover all of us with your complete entire armor, according to Ephesians 6. and even those on the replay, Father. I pray that no weapon that is formed against us shall prosper, and any tongue that shall rise up against thee, you shall condemn, Father, as this is the heritage of the servants of you, and our righteousness is of you, Lord. In Yeshua name, Father, I touch and agree with my brother and sister on the panel here, and those in the audience on this live, and those catching the replay. Amen, amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, family, that goes another one. We hit it all on all cylinders. For King and Kingdom, we bid you shalom. Good night.
King and Kingdom. Shalom, shalom.
Good night.